talked about my mother and my kid, and you still
Mhm.
later to be up here because she didn't say nothing about you. So it's when you feel like it benefits you, and it's a contradiction. So if she talked about my mother and my child, you should have brung her down.
Right. So that's the part that you misunderstanding, right? Is
Okay,
that
tell
so?
me. You say if you're being disrespectful,
Mhm.
you can get taken down, right? You didn't
Yes.
take her down when she talked about my mother and when she talked about my son.
Mhm. So what makes me feel disrespected is not what's gonna make you feel disrespected.
Okay,
So
okay.
like
So
for
so
example,
then so Sharon, this is
for
what you do. You
example,
change
I'm
the
gonna give you an
definition,
example
right? So
if you don't mind.
can I talk about your mom and your kids?
Yes, you can. That is your free will to do so.
Is it disrespectful? Would I get taken down for talking about your kids and your mother?
It depends on the context. So no, most of the time when people try to talk about my wife and kids, they happen on the show with other people saying things about my wife and kids on
You
my show, and I didn't take them down until it got to a point of disrespect where now I have to. They are forcing my hand to cut the nonsense. So it's one thing when you just having a conversation, and it's another thing when you being disrespectful to somebody. Like saying, so this is what I'm trying to explain. So yes, I could be a non-violent person, but
hmm
if somebody slapped me in my face, I also believe in defending myself.
hmm
So in reality, that is a contradiction because I believe in nonviolence, but I also believe in defending myself. So those two things is technically a contradiction. And that's how I run my channel. So yes, I do believe in free speech, but it is a line that everybody can cross where it's like, okay, now we have to do something about it.
No, it's just whenever it feels convenient for you, Sharon. Just keep it real about it. If it doesn't bother you, it's okay. If it bothers you, it's not okay. And that's all it is. If you run a show like that, just say it's that's what it is. But you can't say it's solution based and nobody's censored, and you can say what you want to say. That's it. And I ain't got no problem outside of that. But you're not running the show like you say you're running the show. If you say that's what it is, then ain't no problem. If you support what you want to support and you bias on it, I can't be mad at that. That's
So
it.
do you agree with the nonviolent and defending yourself? Do you understand that metaphor? What I was just saying.
I did, but you said no one can say something disrespectful, and then you said it depends on what you see as disrespectful, not it being disrespectful. So if you is talking about somebody's mother and their children, is that disrespectful? See
To
how you pausing? See how you pausing? To a degree, you about to say to a degree. That's wild that you about to say.
no, what I'm about to say is according disrespect is according to the person. It is not so that's why I allow people to say what they want to say because it's up
I
to the person. The same way how you are saying this thing, right? And
mm-hmm.
how you
It's subject.
allow
You're saying
disrespect. What I'm saying is
you
that
said it's
your
subjective.
what I'm saying is this: your friend Lou, 2 days ago, he said something disrespectful about my family. I'm sure you ain't going to check him and say, "Hey, you
Now,
can't be
now,
doing
now
that."
you derailing and deflecting. First of all, I didn't know.
No, but what I'm
No,
saying,
no,
I'm
no, no,
using
no,
real
no.
time.
No.
Hold
You
on.
do.
See, like even though you cutting me off,
Oh,
I'm
go
not
ahead.
saying, oh, I'm going to
No,
drop
no,
you.
go
I'm not
ahead.
muting you.
No,
I'm
but
not doing
Sharon,
any of those things.
It's
So
what
this
you
is a
do.
good
But
example of
Sharon,
me
it's what
not
you no, it's
silencing
what you do.
somebody.
We're talking about disrespectful. Now you're about to go, and if Lou was disrespectful, he was disrespectful. I own it, and I'll tell Lou he was disrespectful. But you don't own it. You keep you'll deflect from it, and you'll derail away from the main point. If somebody talked about someone's mother or kids, it's disrespectful.
So
And then
what
you
I'm
want to
saying
go
is,
to Lou. Go ahead, go
so
ahead, go ahead.
what I'm saying again because I'm trying to use your logic. You using somebody else's disrespect, but you're not using what I said that was disrespectful to you. Is my issue. I never said anything disrespectful to you or your family. And you, what you are doing, you're using what somebody else said as I was promoting disrespect because somebody else said something to you on the panel. Even though your action, you started the action by saying insults, even though yours was innocent. I get that point. So I understand how you feel about it. However, you cannot choose how the other person reacts.
You're doing it again. When Daryl was talking about Anton, when Darren was talking about people about Aaron, you stopped them. You pick and choose when you want someone when someone can be disrespectful and when they can't be disrespectful based on how you're associated with it. Just say, okay, I'm biased. I'll speak when it bothers me. If it doesn't bother me, I'll let it go. That's it.
So again, so that example, I'm glad that you used that example. So see, the problem is that I can actually really reference why it happened the way it happened. I said, hey, listen, I understand you have a problem with Anton, but stop speaking about that man's wife because he did it way too many times. I said, yo, stop talking about that man's wife. She is not a content creator. She is not somebody that is what you are talking about. Stop saying things about her. And then the next show, he said something about her. I dropped him because I set that precedent for him from now on. I said, do not. So once I say that and I express it, now that is me being what's that? A dictator at that point. I'm not being a democracy anymore. So I said, don't do that because I personally don't like you doing that.
Because
And
it made
I
you
chose to
right.
be at that moment. That's what I chose to do for that moment. But that's me taking away the democracy at that point.
It's because it
And this
made
is what I
you.
was talking
It's
about
because it
of
made you
the.
look
This is
bad
what I'm
though.
talking about of the non-violent, but
Mhm.
I'm willing to defend myself. I'm willing to bust a motherfucking head open if he hits me. But
Okay.
I'm a non-violent human being.
So it's because he made you look bad. Is Daryl known for disrespecting everybody about everybody in the space? Is he known about talking about people kids? Is he known about telling a man he'll grape him? Is he known about talking about Robbie kids, my son, my mother, talking about everybody, Anton, everybody in the space, talking about Aaron? Is he known about that? People on the panel, is he known about that? About doing that?
Yes, he is. He's known for that.
So you only stopped it when it made you look bad. It wasn't about making him look bad. It was about it made your platform and you look bad when you felt like it made you look bad. But if you didn't have a connection with Anton or Aaron, you wouldn't care. You laugh about it.
So again, that is not true. So what happened was, again, once I set a president, that's when it turns into a different thing. So when I was dealing with the young homie, he said he is not trying to keep being that persona, is what he said. So I took him on his word and thought, yes, we could get through some things, and he's gonna have to learn how to change. I know it's gonna take time for him to not be that egregious human being. However, he can't get out of it, and so we had to separate our ways because he couldn't get out of calling names and name dropping. That's the way how he see best way to move his platform. And so since where he could not change, and I'm not the only person that tried to help that young man, you yourself said you tried to help that young man, and guess what he did? He did the same thing to you. He looked like he's moving on the right path, and he wants some help, and he want to move a certain way. And then what he did, he negated it, and then you cut him off. And I did the same thing. So you can't be mad at me for if somebody comes to you and say, yo, listen, I want some help with this. Not saying that he was asking for help like a therapist, but he was saying like, yo, I'm willing to change. And I gave him the chance. And yes,
No,
and what I'm saying is yes, it bit me in the ass. Cool, that is fine. I could deal with that. But don't say that I was wrong for attempting to help somebody.
so are you saying you brung Sharon, you brung Daryl Long to your platform for solution-based game? That's what you honestly gonna tell everybody on this platform watching that you brung them for a solution, something that's solution-based, not the fact that it bring numbers because it'd be confrontation.
Yes, not for the fact that he bring numbers, because as you can see, with or without him, I'm still doing my numbers without him.
That's not what I asked you about the
So
numbers.
okay, but I'm answering because you paint a narrative that he was bringing me
How is
numbers.
he? So how
So
is he solution based?
hold on. What I'm saying is this: you are putting out a narrative that he brought numbers to me.
No. So how is he? How is Daryl Long solution based?
Because if he wasn't so egregious all the time, he does have some decent points. Is the fact that people cannot get past the part that he has to go to the next level when he feels threatened. That's how he moves. When he feels threatened, he goes to the next level and beyond. That is that man, and he don't change. Even when he got mad at me, the first thing he did was talk about my wife and daughter. So it doesn't even matter if it's somebody that's with him or not. That's what he goes to. That is his go-to. His go-to is kids and wives. That's his go-to, and he's not going to change no matter how much we all attempted to help him change that idea.
Okay. Well, Sharon, you're not going to hold yourself accountable about it, man. You in your same breath, you said even though he's so egregious, he's solution based. Like you're not going to hold to it. It's
That's
okay
not
though.
what.
It just as long as you know your show runs, you ran the show for the confrontation and for the money. It ain't about it. It's not freedom of speech, and you're censoring people. The only reason why that happened is because I was getting censored in the chat. I couldn't speak, but it's all good, brother. It is what it is. I respect how you running your show. It's all good.
I mean, as long as we could get to, so I think I'm not sure if that's a real understanding. I'm sure I don't know what that is with
No,
the way
but
how you're
you're
throwing it.
not
I'm
gonna
not
hold
actually
it.
sure.
It is what it.
But
No matter what, it goes to somebody else or what somebody else is doing. You saying you bring the brother here for solution based, but you know he's
so that's
egregious.
not, again, see, that's where the gaslighting comes from, right? So I did not say I brought him here for solutions based. What I
I
said,
actually okay. So why'd you
what I
bring that
said
along?
directly, what I exactly said is that the young man has some good points. Is when he feels threatened, he takes it to a different level, and he says the most egregious things like attacking wives and children. Is what I said. Is that not what? Hold on. So just so we can get some other opinions in there, because we held the mic for a while. I think we kind of got to a point. I'm not sure, but I also want to bring in Otis, and I also want to bring in World Class just to have some verbal dialogue and get other opinions on it as well. I'm gonna bring in Otis first because I know he has no dog in his fight. So I'm gonna bring in
Right. I'm
Otis
glad.
first.
Yes, I'm glad you said that. Grand rising to the panel. Let me say first of all, I don't have a dog in this fight. I don't know anyone personally like that. I am a YouTuber, so I'm on the outside looking in. So let me just break down my synopsis real quick. I'm going to land the plane quick. One of the points of having a YouTube channel is to be, quote unquote, for lack of a better phrase, shocked base. You got to have some type of entertainment. You got to. Let's just keep that real. So the name of his show is solution based. In order to have solutions, you have to have a character up here to have a solution to be solved. If I was all mellow, what solutions are we solving? You have to have a quote unquote, for lack of a better phrase, I'm just keeping it real here, a villain, an outliner to start the conversation. This is YouTube. It's entertainment. That's one. Two, you can't come to someone else's show and dictate to them how they run their show, especially when we know it's entertainment based. It's solution based. You got to have the issue first, then we dive into the solution. Now, that's great having back and forth dialogue. That's what it's about, back and forth dialogue. But to me, it gets kind of at a stalemate when the solutions that you guys are going back and forth are just so, what word I'm trying to say without being disrespectful. Just agree to disagree. Agree to disagree. Sharon can have anybody say whatever they want to say. Of course, Sharon, the host, is going to have a slant. That's normal. So if he has a slant, the person like PH Diva, that's his slant. So she's going to get away with some shit because she aligns more with him. That's obvious. So it takes somebody like me or you to come with our strong opinion, respectfully, a little bit of jazziness to keep the crowd going, to get your point across. Period. Agree to disagree. To me, it's so simple, it's complicated. And I land my plane.
Thank you, Otis. That is awesome to end it. Go ahead, World Class.
All right, first piece of the panel on the channel. Shout out to you, Sharon. What you want me to respond to?
Whatever's on your mind.
Yeah, I'm not. That shit dumb. I was more so looking at the conversation you was having about health. That's it, because that shit just is dumb. When people say stuff that you're doing stuff, you make them prove intent, and as they go to do that, you can easily make them look stupid. So if you don't have any evidence of what you're saying, let them talk so they can make themselves look dumb. If you're doing something for this reason, they got to prove that. Then you prove that person as a liar when they part their lips and they can't prove anything that they're saying. Unlike me, I got video evidence to show everything I'm talking about. But just let them say whatever they want to say and then make them prove it. When you make a claim, burden of proof on you. So I was enjoying the part earlier about health. So that's what I'm up here for.
Awesome. Ali, would you like to respond to what Otis said about that synopsis of what he looked at it from the outside looking in, because he had no dog in the fight?
That wasn't the main point, the issue that me and you had. It was about the fact that someone spoke about what I should do with flowers and speaking about my son. Mr. Otis, do you think should channels allow people to talk about people's kids and mothers?
I will answer like this. That's not not a yes or no answer, but I will say yes. I will say yes, and I'm giving you my quick answer. Yes, based on this platform, solution based. Once that person says that, which is to me is egregious, I wouldn't do it. But since they said it, now you have to rebut that. I'm allowing you to rebut it. Now, if it goes too far, then I'm going to cut it off. But no, me personally, I would never do that. I don't do that. But if one of the guests says something crazy to another guest and I don't like it, I'm not going to just throw them off. It's solution based. Let's solve this. What do you say, sir? And then we're going to try to work that out. And then if it goes to a bump head, then we just have to agree to disagree.
So on record,
I don't think he was saying
that this is becoming debatable. That at some point in time, people can bring up people's children and their mother. That's what you're saying, Mr. Otis. At any point in time, when we're having a conversation, we can bring. There's a reason to debate that, to bring up someone's mother or kids.
I'm going to answer like this, and I'm going to make it clear. If on my channel, I would not allow that. There will be a baseliner. A baseliner is when you come up, there are certain things we have to adhere to, period. Certain things. If that's not listed, if it's not listed, then there is no baseline. You can talk about whatever. But if I open up my show, say, hey, we're going to have an open-based conversation, solution-based conversation, but let's keep it within us. Wives and kids are off limit. Then we go forward. And if you go beyond that, then you got to go. But if there's no baseline, we got to allow that dialogue to work itself out because we are humans, and let's work that out. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yes, it's perfect. Sharon, didn't you say that wives and kids were off limits?
No, I never said that.
Okay. All right. All right, no problem.
I always say that people are allowed to say whatever they want to say on my show. I always say that. Even when they say egregious things about me, I still allow people to say it. The thing is this, is very much Otis said, I use things as an opportunity for things to be solved in real time. So even when we was having a conversation about black doctors and we had 3 black doctors on the channel, a lady came up and said, I would never allow a black doctor to do anything to me. I didn't say, oh, that's disrespectful and kicked her off because we had educated people on the panel. I allowed them to have the conversation, even though I felt that it was disrespectful. You would say that. I felt it was disrespectful that she said that black men are the least educated in the world. And we had 3 people. We had 2 people with PhDs, and we had 2 of them was medical doctors.
Okay. So why wasn't it addressed then if it's solution based?
So the doctors addressed her and said, and he explained why people have these things, and we got down to a solution, and we got down to something. Because when you allow the conflict to happen and people can say their words respectfully and get their full thought out, that's when we get down to a solution. And again, when that thing happened with you and your mother, what PhD even said, I was not privy to it at the time in real time. That's why I asked if you want me to play it again. But it is egregious. So you didn't seem like you wanted to be played again. So that's why I didn't play it again.
It's all good, Sharon. Sharon, it's there's no accountability gonna go on about that. It is what it is, brother. And it is what it is. I'm gonna just let it go for right now. I ain't gonna. Now,
you're all good. You heard my baby in the beginning. She was wilding out. It's all good. We don't mind no damn baby goo and God. We all been parents here, so it's all good. Your baby could talk too. Your baby got autonomous to talk. They talk too. Your baby can express herself.
Yeah, it's all good. Well, y'all have a good day. It's harder to communicate on this with my son right now, but I'll just talk about it another time. It's all good. Everything, it's all good. We ain't even gonna talk about it.
I appreciate the dialogue, sir. I really do. I appreciate the dialogue.
My brother Otis, you be good, my brother.
You too.
Sharon, you be good too. World class, you be good too.
All right. Peace and love.
This is what it's all about, Sharon. Just having an open discussion. Agree at the end of the day, agree to disagree. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Ain't nothing wrong with 2 people, not men, 2 people having a discussion. Nobody agree with one another, so we just going to agree to disagree. There's nothing wrong with that. So.
That shit was dumb. Shit was dumb.
But you still got to discuss it. Hey, I don't agree with one side. I'm not going to say what side is which, but you still got to allow the 2 men to work that out.
Yeah, got
you saying I chill. I
hands up, don't shoot. Well, I'm glad we got down to the bottom of it. So now everybody understand. Me and Ali do not have any issues. We just we just disagree with how things are set up. He disagrees with how I am solution based. He disagrees that I deal with issues in real time, and so that's how we get down to solutions. And so sometimes when you're dealing with issues in real time, it is going to go into some screaming, yelling, and some egregious things might possibly be said. It happens in politics. It happens in music. It happens everywhere we go. Somebody's going to cross a goddamn line. Sheesh. But also, let's get into the whole BMI and how black men love overweight woman, because in our eyes,
You said
overweight
that.
is not the same as what the BMI chart is saying is overweight. We look at these women as brick houses.
Do we
Oh
let's
man,
say
she
that.
got some
do we
junk in her trunk. We
do
said,
we love?
"Ooh, I love all the different roles she got."
Wow. Do we love big women, or are they just big and we loving them as they are?
No, I think we
The latter
love
part.
big
I
women,
like
and
the
they
latter.
cannot lie. They love big butts and they cannot lie.
Well,
Now
no,
that
I mean,
BMI chart, that BMI chart. First of all, I used to be in the service, so and that's what they live by, the BMI chart. So I'm very familiar with the BMI chart. For the record, it is slightly off. I will say that firsthand. But that statement that we like big women, nah. But I agree with the world class. I like what he said. I don't know your actual name, sir. I apologize. Noble Miguel L.
Mhm.
I like the latter part. I believe we basically, and this is going to come out so bad, we have no choice but to love and accept you as you are, because that's who you are right there. That's what you're presenting. But as a whole, I know it sounds harsh. It goes both ways for a meal too. It is what it is. But as a whole, there is some work to be done for us health-wise.
Before Noble go, I just want to say this. I just find it interesting that the skinniest men date the biggest woman. I think it's like a food thing, right? Because he don't like to eat, she likes to eat, and so that's why it works pretty good.
That's
You can't believe
crazy
it.
the way you put that together.
Jerron joking, man. He ain't mean that.
That was wild. That's crazy. That's crazy. My son mother was actually, she was like barely 5 feet, like 240.
Okay.
But I helped
So
her get
now,
down
what is your interest in so-called plus size woman? Why is that?
It's not an interest. It's not an interest, like I said. It's just they the heaviest people on earth, and you just loving them how they are. And you know what I'm saying?
I have seen some linebacker size Mexicans before. I'm just saying.
Oh, I mean, they're not the only ones that's big. I ain't saying that. I'm just saying that, I've seen some big Arab chicks. I'm like, wow, that's
now I rarely see like the Asian people. I rarely see them big.
Yeah, but see me, since I used to be 255, I might have got up to 260. I was like 255, and now I'm around like 155. So I know how to help people lose weight. You know what I'm saying? So it's not a deterrent for me, but I can understand how men like, if you don't know how to help somebody lose weight, I can understand how you're like, I want no big bitch. So I had got my some of it from 240 to 160 in like I'd say about 8 months to a year.
First thing I would say, Jalen, welcome to the show. I need you to bring yourself up here and explain yourself, because World Class just said he was at one point 265 and he fought his way back 255, and he worked his way back to 155. So he's somebody that is versed in being a heavier set, being out of breath, and whatever it takes to bring back down to a healthier weight for his body size. So it is a thing. So I think people always get that part confused as well, is that yes, you could be, like Diesel, for example. Right now, he probably seemingly is healthy. He's 5'9", 265. However, he's pushing 400 pounds. So he put on a lot of muscle mass. So maybe if we take him to the doctor with all that muscle mass, maybe he's healthy. Maybe he don't have no clogged arteries. Maybe he have no diabetic situation. Maybe he have none of those things. However, but we go by the BMI chart, he is without a doubt obese. Go ahead, Otis, and we're gonna bring in, everybody's happy to see the beautiful happy. Go ahead, Otis.
Question. Well, with two questions. One, what is the actual question or topic that we're discussing? And two, you probably answer this first. The young man that you just brought up, I don't know him. Please, this is gonna come off wrong. I hate this shit. But you say he's what? 5 what?
Diesel TV. He is 5'9", 265, and he could bench press 400 pounds.
Okay, the bench press, take that part out. I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm 5'10". I'm 5'10", and I'm 170. So he's my height, and he's 100 pounds heavier.
Yeah.
And you saying, not trying to be funny, no disrespect to nobody, And you're saying that
That's
that's
how we get the
healthy?
solutions.
You said that's healthy?
I said it's possible that he
There's
can
no
be
way
healthy.
that's possibly healthy.
Damn.
No disrespect. How? I'm no disrespect. According to the BMI, without the BMI, how is that healthy?
Because so now if we was to do if we just see what's his fat to muscle ratio and check his arteries to make sure he's not clogged arteried and make sure that his sugar and blood pressure is correct, then technically he would be healthy.
Because I could be wrong.
We have to see all those, we have to see all those things. We have to see his blood work because his blood work would tell us everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I could be wrong. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just asking the obvious and stating the obvious questions. I don't see visually.
Yeah, visually, we could all say he's obese. Go ahead, world class, and I'm happy to jump right in.
I think the thing don't ever get brought up. Like, how much do you need to weigh for your lifestyle? So Diesel TV, right?
That's a good question.
Diesel TV, I think he's a chief of police, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's a cop.
So I don't know if he's out, if he actually have to deal with anybody and put his hands on anybody, pause. But that profession, yeah, he would probably want some weight. But if he's just pushing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in me, like the lifestyle I live, I don't need to put on an extra 10 pounds, 20 pounds. I'm putting on an extra 10, 15 pounds of muscle.
Yes.
For whatever reason. But do you, like, for you, like the Kevin Hart joke, you got all the muscles just to work at T-Mobile, just to press a button? Like, you adding, that's like taking
that's
a
little
trip.
strange, yeah. That's a little strange. And I also want to welcome to the stage the supreme goddess, PH Diva. What it do, baby girl?
Oh,
Pew, 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 pew. Hey. Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm glad you are here.
Wow.
I'm so glad you are here. It's so lovely to hear your voice.
Do we need 2 women on the panel at one time?
Otis, 2 favorite people in the world right now. Happy and PH Diva.
This is so unfair.
So
hi, Happy. Hi, PH Diva. How are you?
Hey, hi.
And also, I want to let everybody know PH Diva has a $50 credit. So if you want to come at PH Diva night, no, it is 50 on top. So go ahead. Happy or PH Diva, what is your thoughts about the BMI? And should we throw away the BMI standard for our black people because our bone density is just bigger and denser than other people? So that's why it is a possibility that we could never fit into that BMI standard.
I'm going to let PH Diva go first on this one because the way I feel about it is personally, I don't give a crap about none of it. So I guess I'll go first. No, I really don't give a crap about none of it. Okay. I really don't. I don't give a crap about how big you are, how tall you are, how short you are, how fucking none of that shit. As long as you're not disrespecting me, I'm not disrespecting you. We're all human at the end of the day. So my thing is, like, if you didn't ask me for any advice, it's not my place to fucking try to give you some. You get what I'm saying? You didn't pay for none of my classes. And mind you, I don't teach anything to do with health and wellness. I really wish I did, but I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm sorry, go ahead. What did you say, sir?
Oh, no, I was saying thank you for that commentary. And
about to be a situation.
PH Diva, if you don't mind, can you read this, please?
Certainly, sir. Brownsville, New York. Good morning, sir. Uh-oh. Otis better run and hide.
PH Diva's in the house. You better run and hide, Otis. Hey,
where you at, Brown? Nothing. Okay.
PH Diva, so what is your thought? Should we throw away?
Wait, one moment. I'm sorry. Can I please finish real quick?
I thought you was, baby girl.
No. You started talking, so I didn't want to continue talking because the last time I did that, when you cut me off, you let me have it, so I didn't want to be that girl again, you know?
Happy, you absolutely have put a period on what you said, and then if we don't say anything, you'll just keep on talking. So you
no, it's not even like that. I just got this last little piece I wanted to add about the BMI situation, right? Trust me, I'm not going back to the other stuff because you didn't ask me about the other stuff. Okay? I promise. Now, what I wanted to add was we, again, like I said, we're all human, right? So I just said that or whatever, right? But we have to understand that genetics plays a huge part in all of that. That just starts, that's just the beginning of it, right? And then you have to understand that what people are going through also plays a role in their weight situation. It's not always just the diet. You get what I'm saying? Anybody could have a nutritionist and all of that, you know, a dietitian or whatever, but that doesn't mean it's absolutely going to work for you. And I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. Somebody needed to hear that this morning.
Thank
Just
you.
because it hasn't worked does not mean that you cannot lose the weight or gain the weight.
Thank
Do
you.
not be discouraged. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to Next Level. Moving forward, shouldn't use BMI because everyone's body is not the same. Go ahead, PA Ziva. What's your thoughts? Should we continue
You
to
see?
use BMI chart? But you know, our bones is denser, so therefore we should be heavier because we have more muscle mass than everybody else.
Why do you keep saying that?
Because it's the truth. Our bones is more denser than any other human being on planet Earth.
I'll wait.
So I do think that there's some validity to that, but I also just think, generally speaking, BMI isn't something that there's not a one-to-one correlation between BMI and health, right? And you also can't look at a person and accurately ascertain what their BMI is oftentimes, right? So
That's
I
very
was a
true.
size 4, which is very small for a woman. But my doctor told me I was overweight because my BMI was 26. The most a woman's supposed to be is 25, right? So even though I was small, I still had like too much fat, right? Not enough muscle. And then there are people that you look at and they're very big, or they're big, but it's a solid big, and so their BMI isn't as high as you might think it is, right? And so a lot of times those people can actually be healthier than some skinny people. They have a concept called skinny fat, where the person is skinny but they have a lot of visceral fat.
Right.
A lot of times you can't
Ooh,
see
say that word
visceral
again.
fat.
Say that word again. That word is very
Skinny
powerful and very important
Yeah.
too, because most people do not use that in a day-to-day. That visceral,
Visceral fat, yes.
Woo. Need
And
to look
so
that up.
a lot of times you can't see or look at a person and see that, and so there's not a one-to-one correlation. But I do also want to address the statement that Black men like big women, and it's absolutely correct, right? So I was just watching a video. It was a little short on. It was either on Facebook or YouTube or something. But there was a woman who she posted side by side pictures of herself. She was about the average height of a woman, 5'3" to 5'5". And the first picture, she was 200 pounds. But she was curvy. Like, she has regardless of what size she is, she's always gonna have a small
Nice.
defined waist, but big hips and thighs and whatnot. Then the second picture she posted after she had been working out for a while and she had lost 50 pounds. And to a man, she was still curvy, but she was just smaller and more toned. To a man, the Black men were saying that they like the 200-pound version of her better than the 150 version of her, despite the fact that she actually looked, fairly simple. She looked pretty much the same, just a little more tone. But yeah, so Black men, like, it's just too many instances. Black men generally like bigger women. They just want a big woman with a defined waistline.
I agree with that. And also, I would say, I think in our culture and period, because like, as soon as somebody see me look a little bit skinnier than I did yesterday, they'd be like, oh, you okay? Are you sick? It look like you lost some weight. You're sick? You look like you need to eat. You need to put some meat in your bones. We are always trying to fatten our human beings all the time. We say we need to put something that stick to your bones. Go ahead, Otis is like he is.
Yeah, I like to address what PhD did.
Where did we go world class right after?
And again, PhD is a great politician. What she just did there, she used a word and she tried to use it in harmony with obese women. There's a difference between being 150 to 200 versus 150 to 235. That's a big difference. When a woman, so I take my wife, for example. My wife, when I met her in 1998, she had no ass, no hips. She was a stick. And she was 30 something. Now she's 53 and she got hips. She got an ass. She got that little spot right there. Difference. She's not obese. Big difference. And that's what I wanted to say. You was kind of use that word to justify your statement, but no, there's a difference between being obese and thick, in my opinion. That's all I wanted to say on that.
Yeah, I think sometimes we gotta be clear on whether a mass of people are choosing stuff because of preference or because of habit. Like guys will pick the thicker chick because you just used to looking at the bigger butt, but you're really not thinking about what you're doing. Why you picking it? You know what I'm saying? So when you get older, you get educated, you'll pick healthy. A lot of things people will be like, men want younger women or men want like lighter women. It's because we genetically are attracted to health. We want somebody that's healthier. So when they put the makeup on, their skin look hydrated. We have a natural affinity. All people and animals are attracted to healthy looking spouses or mates.
I agree with that.
Wait, what does being light skinned have to do with looking healthy though?
What?
She didn't say nothing about light skin.
Yes, he did. He just said a lot of times they. Oh, you meant lighter as in weight lighter?
Weight, yes, that's what I was talking about.
Oh,
weight,
okay. Lighter.
Weight and age.
Look at her, boy.
No.
Okay. PhD was ready. Look at her. She was ready.
I was asking a question.
I'm just messing with you. Calm down.
Clarity. And so
I'm already calm. Otis, this is the thing, sir. I already don't really care for old men. And so I'm gonna need you to really just chill out. I be trying to let you live, but I need you to chill out because then the thing is, y'all want to come cry 5 days later. Okay, so please, when I'm being cool, let me be cool, please. Thank you.
You're right. I apologize. I apologize.
Thank you, sir.
Oh God. What up, Unlikely? How you doing? Why do you like the women that are over the BMI ratio? Why do you like them?
You said I like women over the BMI ratio. I don't like women over the BMI. You can only be 10 pounds over your BMI with me. I mean, it's really all about what you're willing to accept. We all know what sexy look like. Like,
right.
Like we gonna sit here, we gonna make up all these different plots and schemes and different corners to try to hide behind, but we all know what sexy look like. Women know what sexy look like for men. And men know what sexy look like. I'm talking about when you double take as a man or you double take as a woman. That's what sexy look like. And usually you're not double taking as some overweight woman. And these arguments, that's why I say 10 pounds overweight. I actually want my woman to be 10 pounds over the BMI. Just 10 pounds. That's it. Because that's what makes her a medium. Right? And that's what people never talk about. They go fat, skinny. Fat, skinny, fat, skinny, fat, skinny. I'm like, yo, what about the medium? What about shorty that's in the middle? Because those are the bodies we really
come on now. You know damn well y'all call everybody
hold
fit.
on, Happy. So my question to you is this, Lee. Are you 10 pounds over the BMI?
Am I 10 pounds over the BMI? Yeah, probably. Yeah. I don't want to be right on the BMI. My BMI is between I'm 5 pounds over. My BMI for 5'11" is between, I think it was 1.
Oh, I got the chart right here.
Or something like that. Yeah. To 185.
So how much you weigh, Lee?
180. I weigh 185.
185. You are well over the BMI.
I'm not over the BMI. Not over
what is he? Otis? Is he over the BMI?
I'm pulling it up right now. I'm pulling it up right now. Hold on.
We're about to find out. We're gonna find out if Lee is able to date in these streets right now.
How tall are you?
About to be a situation.
How tall are you, sir?
PSD, but hey, Otis, you want to read the super chat?
No, I'm reading the super chat. Brownsville, New York. Good morning, sir. Otis submitted early. The diva choke is powerful. Y'all better recognize.
So what is the BMI chart of Otis for 5'11"?
5'11". Okay, 5'11". That's 172.
Put it in the back chat, Sharon. The calculator.
What is
195, right? Something like that.
No, it's not
Uh,
195.
no, it's one. I'm saying you said that's inches wise. That's 170 inches, right? 172. That's how much you say you weigh? I mean, let me see. What is it?
185.
Oh, I got to go to the next chart. Damn.
Overweight, 25.8. That's what they got it. Mine's was
Yep.
21.6.
Let me put it in right now. You
number.
5'11", 5 foot. I'm putting it right now. 5'11". How many pounds are you? How many pounds are you, Lee?
He said 185, didn't he?
185. All right, put it right now. Boom. Calculate. It says you are overweight by 25 pounds.
Oh wow. Wait a
Is what
minute.
it
So
says.
a
No, no.
5'11" person man is
It's an
supposed to be
index.
160 according to that chart?
Yep.
That's crazy.
See, this is what I'm saying. So for black people, it looks a complete, because if Lee was to get down to 160, the people will most likely, the people that do know him for all these years on the YouTube spaces, they would say he is sick. That's what they would say if he's at his healthy weight. They would say it won't look right on him. So it's kind of crazy. So I think the BMI chart is not designed for us at all, because nobody look at Lee and he is a little spongy looking. I look like he laugh when you touch his belly, but still, he doesn't look like he is 25 pounds overweight.
Wow.
But it tells you
That
that
is
though. I mean,
crazy, man.
you see that on the website though, Sharon, right at the bottom. It said maybe different from like where you get the score at. It's at cancer.org. That's where we got this from.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it tell you that. They know the BMI may not be accurate for people with greater muscle mass, such as athletes or older people,
mm-hmm.
and other
others who have lost muscle mass.
Listen, can I please read this? This
Yes,
is crazy. I'm looking at the website. I'm looking at the BMI. This says, please note that the BMI categories for Black, Asian, and some other minority ethnic groups are slightly different from those above. Keep scrolling to view these differences. Wow. So I was
Okay, so that's just for the white people. Is that what you're saying?
Yes. No, but I mean, it's kind of saying that, but what it's really saying is that like we got to stop looking at this BMI chart as we are the same, because like I said, this is why I keep saying the bone density. Us as melanated people, our bone density structure is different.
And
it's
muscle.
heavier. It's different. We have more muscle.
Wow.
We have more bone density. We have more muscle mass. So we are typically going to be heavier. And the visceral fat that PhD was talking about is usually a lot of things. This is why women can't get rid of it after having children. The visceral fat is that fat that's in the belly a lot of times. The so-called thing called the fupa. That is the visceral fat. And that's something very difficult for ladies to get rid of, because it's not... It's just a pouch. It's just like, it's made.
Like that skin, you gotta detox that out. You can't.
You gotta
really
detox that. You have to massage it. You gotta have to get all that water out.
No,
and you gotta
you don't. Y'all need to stop. Y'all are not with.
You also have to dehydrate your skin so it can actually shrink back down.
I'm not gonna tolerate this lie.
Hold on, you would get a chance to talk, but I was talking. You don't have to jump in front of me. You just say you can talk. You know I'm gonna stop you from talking. You'll talk for 10 minutes straight, and I don't say anything. So what I'm saying is that that visceral fat, it usually happens after pregnancy. That is something very difficult for ladies to get rid of. That's that visceral fat that PhD was talking about earlier. Go ahead, Happy.
She was talking about that fat in general, and I'm pretty sure she also was talking about it for the men. She said it in general, okay? It's the men that be up here, these motherfuckers that be sitting up here in front of this TV all day with their guts hanging low to the floor. Stop talking about it's the women and after pregnancy, because anybody can have a fupa without actually have ever even been pregnant in their lives.
Right.
Hence the men, because that's where I'm going to keep it at. You fat men out there, or you used to be fat men, who finally had this awakening all of a sudden. So now you want to go hunting for other people, aka women. No, stick that shit with yourselves. Teach yourselves how to lose weight before you come try to teach some bullshit to the women. Because at the end of the day, again, like I said, that fupa could come from any motherfucking where. You know how many women have had children and they have no fucking fupa? They didn't have to do whatever you so-called said you need to do to get rid of anything, because there was nothing to get rid of. And I'm talking about women that had babies naturally and women that have had babies through cesarean. Okay, so don't get it twisted now.
Hank, don't
Right.
say
Don't
nothing.
you ever get it
Nope.
twisted. No, and because I just
all
want to
right,
make
so
one more
okay,
point.
but
I'm a
you
woman
did
who has
hold
been.
on, Happy. You did get a point. We got to have it where it's not long and drawn out. We understood your point. Let's attack that point before you move on to your next point. That point was a very good point.
No, I just wanted to stick to the pregnancy aspect of it, though.
Right, because
Because
right
you
now you
mentioned
just
the pregnancy
rambling.
aspect.
Hold on, but what I'm saying, Happy, I don't want to move past the point because I don't want you to get to a new point. Let's stick to that one. So the thing is
Okay,
that
that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to a new point. That's what I was trying to tell you. I
so
want
let
to
us
stick to the pregnancy
address
part.
that. All right, so allow us, please, address that point before you move on and reiterate what you already
No,
said.
I wasn't going to reiterate anything. I was seriously going to say something new, and it's just real quick.
And that's why I'm stopping you. And that's why I'm stopping you. I do not want you to go to
using
the
your
new point. I don't want you to say
Shut
something
Don't do that.
new.
Look, they all
I
talking.
don't
Look,
want you.
all right.
Happy, shut up. Shut up, Happy.
I do not want you to say something
Shut
new.
up.
I want to address what you just said before you move on to something new, is what I'm trying to say. I want to address what you said. Happy. PhD Diva, would you like to address what Happy said about? Because I was mainly sticking to the point of because men are the main ones complaining about the overweight and the fupas and the visceral fat, and that's why there wasn't, because women don't seem like they care as much to have a teddy bear at home. So, what is your thoughts, PhD Diva, on the visceral fat and the women that do have that?
Well, I don't really know how. I can't give any advice on how to lose it.
Yeah.
But I think Happy was making a good point because, you know, men also have it, and women, you should care about a man being overweight. I remember reading somewhere, like, for every 20 pounds overweight a man is, he lose a certain amount of penis, right? So you better care, because you're gonna have to deal with, you know, whatever he got going on because he's overweight. And then, like, it's just unpleasant to look at. Like, women are supposed to be soft, so a man with his thighs scrubbing is just
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's a lot.
it's a lot. Exactly.
A lot.
Girl,
Like
it's
Mr.
a
Right.
lot. It's
That's
a lot.
stressful.
Oh my. Man, PhD, but you was a mess. Shout out to Lamar Black Attack. Hold on, let me see if I can catch it. Yeah, let me get it. Let me get in there. Go ahead, PhD.
All right,
Yeah,
Lamar Black
yeah.
Attack. Happy is God. All right.
Hey, you go ahead, Happy. What is your thoughts, world class, on this, on the FUPA situation on men and women? Should the women be more acceptable to the men having FUPAs?
What type of question is
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
I
Yeah.
just want to know.
That's hilarious.
Man, PhD, bro.
Hank,
That's
Hank,
hilarious.
the basement. Good morning, Hank.
Hilarious.
To hell with Sharon. Feels happy. Hold that
Not
mic,
where?
sis. You know what?
That's what a fat dude look like to you? Okay.
Also, we got my man Quentin.
Quentin, unlikely, dookie braids, and fat. You know what?
No, but say how much he pushed out though. Oh my God, look at the amount.
304.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
crazy.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
That is
Wow,
hilarious.
that's
I ain't gonna lie.
crazy. Y'all
That was
crazy as hell.
funny. Hey Lee, so what are you doing to get rid of your 25-pound FUPA? Or are you going to keep it?
I think it's percentage. I don't think it's weight. Did I know where it was given?
I don't got a 25-pound FUPA. What you talking about?
Oh, that's what I thought it said, the BMI chart, because it says you're a 25
Nah, you don't know
pound.
how to read charts, but yeah, the yellow means that you in the safe. Once you go to the red, that's when you become overweight. So yeah, you could be up to 210 pounds. Once you hit you know what's crazy is Quentin said he 210 pounds. Once you hit 210 pounds at 5'11", that's
Damn.
when you become overweight. So You know, it is what it is, man. I feel, you know, it's what it is. Me personally, just gotta drink water. Whenever you get hungry, drink water, drink tea, drink coffee with no sugar. That's all you gotta do. But people not gonna do that shit because there's a lot of things that taste good out there. And I ain't mad at you.
Damn.
Coffee with no sugar. Amen. I'm with you on that shit.
Absolutely. That's how I drink my
And
coffee.
non-dairy. Cut that
Yeah, you
dairy out.
can't-
Don't
yeah,
be
no
putting
dairy,
no
gotta
milk
cut that
and
out,
shit
too.
in your coffee. Right.
you got-
Dead ass. Like, I'm with you on that because listen, I don't go all black coffee, but I have non-dairy creamer, okay? And there's no sugar. So I love that. So yeah, absolutely. I agree with you on that shit. For sure.
I mean, that's how I
But
stay at
I think
185.
also,
you feel me?
but when we see people walking around the street, we see the things that people like. Most of the time, especially when we in our community, we see they actually like the heavier set women. They do not like the skinnier set. This is why we have all these songs and talking about they don't want the skinny models on the champagne diet. They want the thickness. They want to what he said. I want a booty with some stretch marks. Still take you down on my mama couch. Right?
Sharon. We gonna act like we don't know the niggas just be gassing. Niggas say anything. Come on now, because if you put a dude right, they got a Buffy, the body, or they got a slim thick. They picking the slim thick, and they not pulling out of the slim thick.
So you think more people are going to choose Tiana Taylor over Buffy the Body?
That's a fact. They're not pulling out of Tiana.
Listen,
They'll play with Buffy.
Taylor
They'll play
over Buffy. I wouldn't give two shits. And ain't she older than the bitch anyway?
Hold on, Happy, one at a time. Hold on, Happy, one at a time.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, one at a time. So I wanna go. Otis, do you know who Buffy the Body is and Tiana Taylor?
Of course.
All right. So now, what do you do? What do you think most men are going to choose, Tiana Taylor or Buffy?
Tiana Taylor, the singer, right? Tiana Taylor, who used to be married to. I'm taking me. My preference is Tiana Taylor. My preference.
Now, what you think most men are going to choose?
I can't say that. No? I can't say that because I hit both of them. Let's make it clear. I knocked both of them down, but my preference to be by my side would be Tiana. So I'm just being honest. But I don't know what the average person would think. I'm just being so.
Dudes play with Buffy, but they not pulling out of Tiana Taylor.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just being real.
They pulling out.
That's how I think. Yeah. I'm taking Buff. I'm taking what's her name?
Tiana.
The last one home. Thank you. I'm taking her home. But I'm busting the other one down all day long. We having fun.
God damn.
About to be a situation.
Shout out. Go ahead, PhD, but do your thing.
All righty. Next level, MF. I like that name. Okay. Eat your veggies and up your fruit intake.
Absolutely, 100%. That's what I do every single day. Hey, Lee, who you taking? Are you taking what you think most people are taking? Are they taking Buffy the Body, which is a beautiful shape, or are they taking Tiana Taylor?
Yeah, I'm body crazy.
They gonna say both. I mean,
I know,
both
but all right, they both.
Why did you clarify that first, though, Ryan? You good at that. Why did you clarify that first?
Because Buffy the Body, she is much thicker, and I think more men would chase down Buffy the Body rather than Tiana Taylor, because we see and what we like and what people are marrying, they marrying closer to Buffy the Bodies rather than Tiana Taylor.
Nah, that's cat, bro. You be lying, yo.
Stop it. He making
shit, bro.
Up.
Yeah,
There's
bro.
more
Most people
body.
take. Hold up, because he asked me the question. Look, most people gonna take Tiana Taylor. First off, Buffy the Body, her body ridiculous. You talking about walking down the street with a woman that is basically a damn liability. Dudes ain't gonna be able to help saying damn. So now you walking down the street with a girl that everybody's saying damn to. Because I might say damn, like I'm single, I see your Buffy. Come on. So normally dudes are gonna take the safer option, especially in 2024. Dudes are like, nah, she don't gotta see me. I like shorty with the hidden booty, is what I call it. Right? You can't even really see it. You can't even really see it until she naked. And
So you
like,
honestly believe that if you see somebody walking with Tiana Taylor down that type of human being, men are not going to say damn?
But that's not my point. You talking about both
that
bodies
look
you
good. Said I'm gonna make sure I'm
point,
clear,
bro.
I'm gonna make sure I'm clear because you said if they walking down the street with Buffy the Body, men are gonna be saying, "Damn, she got a fat ass." When you walking down the street with Tiana Taylor, they gonna say the same exact thing.
It depends on what she's wearing.
Hold on, Happy. So Lee, so what I'm saying with that kind of argument, it is wrong and it's a fallacy because both those women is going to get reaction from other men regardless because they both of their bodies are sick.
I agree with you.
So
All I'm
either way,
saying,
you're not. What I'm saying is that you're not eliminating the fighting factor of somebody saying "damn" about your woman. Go ahead.
but Buffy the Body, and you gave this distinction for a reason. One is way thicker than the other one. One can't even fucking hide it if she tried. And Happy just said it like one could put on a big shirt and you probably won't even really know. You see what I'm saying? And I guess I was just trying to make the distinction of the shorty with the normal body who got an ass on her versus shorty with the ridiculous body. Guys,
So
I
now,
feel like rather take shorty with the average body because it's just less of a liability if I'm keeping it 100.
so my next question is this: so Tiana Taylor, her body is accepted more worldwide, correct?
Accepted. I don't. What you mean by all bodies are accepted worldwide?
No, they're not. So what I'm saying is Tiana Taylor's body is probably a little bit more accepted to other races as well, not just black. Would you agree with that?
Well,
would it be more accepted than, let me change the cap. Let me change it. According to the BMI chart, Tiana Taylor's body is more accepted worldwide. So that means you have more people to defend against. When it's just a Buffy the Body, you are only defending yourself against one demographic. So in reality, you will have to be defending your woman if you have a Tiana Taylor against more variety of men.
Nah, that's not true. See, most variety of men ain't gonna be saying like trying to holler at your shorty. It's usually black dudes that'll sit there and just like be like, damn, and all that other stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. If your girl, like, it happens all the time out here in Miami. These girls who walk around half naked, you know what I'm saying? They be trying to get the attention. But yeah, you gonna get a girl with a normal body. If she wear the right clothes and she look good, she gonna get attention. But what I'm saying is, you was talking about a super thick chick, right? A super thick chick is gonna get a immense amount of attention. I mean, come on, bro. She gonna every step she take, every move she make.
It seems like World Class want to jump in right there.
They're gonna be watching.
Go ahead, World Class.
Like,
let me also say before World Class go, I also want to.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to my guy Emery. Oh, he said, "Here is for my $1 water gang." Even though he didn't send $1, he said much more. Shout out to Emery. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Go ahead, World Class.
So here's the thing. Let's use them two, Buffy and Tiana Taylor. Tiana Taylor face is way more prettier than Buffy's. So most men are gonna go with pretty face over body. If that wasn't the case, then Average's best chick with Kevin Samuels, she was stupid thick. She would have been much more popular. You know what I'm saying? So a Tiana Taylor would be a nigga. You don't have more beef with that than you got a nigga just hollering at you on the street.
I thought she was very thin.
No, she was thick.
Oh, okay.
The girl, the average or best chick with no, she was thick. She was real thick.
Okay.
Yeah, she was thick.
So, but what I'm saying is that I think you have, I think more men is that she was seen with Leonardo DiCaprio recently. Tiana Taylor, because more men is willing to deal with her kind of body than rather than a Buffy the Body. So Tiana Taylor is
body.
And that as well. So Tiana Taylor is more suitable for a wider range of men than what Buffy the Body is. So so that's why I just think that
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Go ahead, PH Diva.
All righty. Reaper Rails 9876. Salute, Mr. Dusty Henley, Sharon. You know what? Just kidding. Black women have spoken on everything black men for decades. Oprah, why is it an issue for black men to speak on weight, image, and actually poor health choices?
I think that's a interesting. So I think Oprah, she also talked about women as well, to be honest with you. But however, speaking on weight, I think the problem is that we are using it as a weapon of mass destruction against women, is my issue with it. And it's not fair to use the BMI chart against black women specifically, is my problem. The image thing, most black women are not walking around looking like Sexy Red unless you are in a certain kind of neighborhood.
Well,
and so now the poor health choices, that is on both sides of the fence. You men are doing the same poor health choice. So that is not a gender-based situation. That is just black
Hold up,
situation.
but expound on that.
Our food.
Expound on that though. On the part where you said most black women ain't looking like Sexy Red. Are you saying that Sexy Red her body looks better than most black women or worse?
No, what I'm saying is that when we have these talking points, everybody always want to point towards Sexy Red, and that's saying that is the normal black woman walking down the street, and we do not see a bunch of people that look and dress and act like Sexy Red walking down our streets.
Wait. We just talking about her body type though, right? Not how
her
she
body type,
the
way how she talk. Because he said speak on weight, image. So the image of Sexy Red is what I'm speaking of. So the image of Sexy Red, her whole image, that does not represent most black women in America.
Okay.
In the project,
because that image, right? But go ahead, World Class. Like you want to jump in right there.
Well, yeah, I mean, but they got to hold them accountable for their own health choices, because like when Kevin Samuels was, I think he had a good point when he brought up how they used to look in the past. Now this is them; it's not comparing them to white chicks. How they used to look in the past and how they look now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you eat your own plate. You're responsible for what you do. We're adults. What somebody else is doing in that classroom with their stuff has nothing to do with what you're doing. And we too often, when we're criticizing females and what they're doing, you keep bringing up what a man doing or what a white chick is doing. Y'all have had in y'all history the results of good health, you know, back in the 60s, 50s, and 40s, and you're not doing that. So as much as they want to say that we're not listening to them, y'all ain't listening to y'all great grandmothers and y'all grandmothers, because y'all had the healthy bodies back in the day. A slim thick was normal.
I don't know, but I think a lot of back in the days, I think is the reason why we call it Big Mama House, because a lot of the women was thick. They was bigger.
They was thick. They weren't obese.
Yes,
they
were. All the big mamas that I ever seen were obese. I want to go Unlikely, and I want to go Otis, and then I want to go Happy. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Just real quick, Otis. I hate that we do this. You know, we critique each other so much as black people. You know, there's a bunch of black women I see, and I see them all the time, right? Right out here, amazing bodies, amazing skin complexion, amazing melanin, just amazing, right? And you see them, right? But instead of talking about them, and the black women on these panels do the same thing. Instead of talking about the amazing ones we see, we talk about the ones that, you know, that make us look bad. And then we put them into the forefront when we speak about it on these panels. I feel like one day we will stop doing that. I don't think it's now or anytime close. Maybe about another 50, 75 years or something like that. But it's all propaganda and slander.
Damn.
Because again, we all see black women around here that are in shape, that are at the gym. Go to your local Planet Fitness, and you tell me you won't see no black women in there looking in shape. But nah, you see that one that look crazy, and you go, man, black women fat, man. I swear to God, they need to get in shape, man. Shut your ass up, bro. Stop talking about stop talking about like it, because you go black women now. You and when the black women do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
But keep it on one topic. Yeah, you cooking. Keep it on it. Go ahead, do your thing.
Nah, because like for example, I'll give you an example, right? And I give them a good number, right? A woman to have 20 different black exes, 20. Let's say 20, right? And I'm gonna give her
now
a
you
big
changing
number.
the topic, but go ahead, cook.
I'm just saying, like, and just because she had 20 dudes that she met that was bad for her, and it's 40 million other black men, she go, black men ain't shit, black men ain't this, black men ain't that, and it's the same thing. So when are we gonna be on these panels just trying to big each other up
and uplift?
You feel me? Because again, I'm trying to tell you.
Well, because
I don't know what city you in, what state you in, but yo, go to a different city then.
So the way how we uplift, first we gotta get us black people to start lifting in the first place. Right. But I want to also bring in Otis as well. Go ahead, Otis, get your thought. Happy and then World Class.
Okay, real quick. To me, the BMI is obsolete. I don't believe we really should be holding up to. I know it's just a topic of conversation, which is great. YouTube, beautiful. But realistically, and I'm speaking of the Midwest, and I'm pretty sure this goes across the board, where all women, especially the Caucasians, are trying their best, and they're doing good at it, to emulate our sisters. The big ass, the hips, the thighs, the pretty calves,
Mm.
you know, walking good in the heels. You walk around and you see them now. I see it every day. The Caucasians and all the other ethnicities are trying to copy and mock our sister's body type.
Damn.
That's what I'm seeing on a regular basis to keep it even more closely and more home. Like I said earlier, when I met my wife, she was a stick. Now in her 50s, she loves her hips. She loves her thighs. She embraces it. I love it. But there's a difference between him being thick and close to borderline being obese. That's the difference that we know what that difference is. We know the difference between, oh, baby, you need to stop eating ice cream every night, for real, versus, oh, damn, you look good. I like the way them jeans, all them leggings fitting on you. Okay, I see you. It's the difference. Plane landed.
Awesome.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Go ahead, Diva.
Quentin 304. Lee breath smell like my father.
But the 304 is
What?
hilarious.
Hey yo,
though.
peep out.
Oh,
Yo, pause.
crazy.
Pause. This dude.
What that
Wow.
mean? That's
What
wild.
does that mean, Quinn? That sounds crazy. I did not
You
know.
beat his ass. That sounds
That,
wild.
oh my goodness. Go ahead.
Hey yo, I'm
Happy.
just gonna say it. You gay, bro. You gay, bro. I'm just gonna say it. Nah, I ain't gonna hold you. You gay, bro. Yeah, that was gay.
Oh shit, Quinn. It's hilarious with that. Go ahead, Happy. What's your thoughts? Oh man.
Man, crazy.
Okay, we're gonna skip Happy 1 second because I guess she's probably away from her phone real quick. Go ahead, world class.
What am I responding to?
I believe we was shit.
I mean, you said something about when can you throw shit on shit to my response about us constantly attacking each other in media. Go ahead.
Why can't we just bring each other up? Because when is it okay to put sugar on shit? I think like when you go to watch somebody build anything, if it's something there already, they remove the thing that's there already, and we haven't removed the thing that's here already. Our bad habits, our mindset, we haven't been up to date or updated or debriefed on what's going on in the real world, how the body really works, 102 minerals, alkalinity, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people just don't know basic stuff. So, and they're clinging on to what they've been doing and it's not working. So the criticism got to come. We're too sensitive about criticism. We're too sensitive about judgment. And that stuff has to get addressed before we can build. Like my grandmother and them told me, you don't go in the kitchen and cook on top of dirt.
Damn.
Clean up first.
It's
not a question that it's dirt.
Again,
that's very true. But again, like how we were saying earlier, that big mamas, they was always big.
Mm-hmm.
That's just something that's always been in our goddamn history as Black folks. The way the food that we eat.
But 600 pounds though, 500 pounds, 400 pounds though, we talking big mama 250, 270, not 5 and 6 and
270. But don't forget, 270 at 5'5" is ridiculous.
Can I just say this real quick?
Yeah,
just real
we're gonna
quick.
go lead and then we're gonna go
Callie,
PhD, I believe.
Bev. What's up, Callie Bev? But I just want to say this: we got to stop using the past and try to use that to explain where we're heading. I think that we are on a trajectory that is ridiculous. I see black men running on treadmills, going 20 miles an hour and throwing balls at each other from the other side of the fucking room. Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, again, we sit here on these panels and we talk about the negative stuff of each other. The black women talk about the negative stuff about us, and this is how it's supposed to work. Because if I was the master of the game, I would make you do this too. Y'all talk about us, we talk about y'all, and I don't got to do shit now. So again, you go ahead and you throw the talk about the shit, but there's a lot of sugar out there. There's a lot of good stuff out there that you could talk about, but you choose not to because again, when them black women get y'all tight, when they talk shit about black men in the chat and they talk shit about black men, then you want to go do the same thing, and that's petty.
Welcome to the show, Callie Bev. How you doing, Callie Bev? What's your thoughts? Should we get rid of the BMI chart? Why or why not?
Hey y'all. I guess my example would be purely anecdotal, but I think we should get rid of the BMI. I just looked up what my weight and height is supposed to be, and when I was 5 pounds over that weight, I looked like I had, remember when Oprah Winfrey lost all that weight and her head looked misproportioned, or like how Al Sharpton look right now? That's exactly what I look like.
You gotta send me a
So
picture of
yeah,
that. I want to see that.
I,
with
I
your
think
big
that
old,
we
with your big old water
definitely
head.
I think we should get rid of the BMI. I think it's said because I'm 5'5", and right now I'm at 180. Now, when I was
How tall are you?
145, I'm 5'5",
Okay, and what weight are you now?
180.
And you at 180. Go ahead.
BMI was never
Yeah.
mind.
Yeah, the BMI must
So,
be ridiculous for you.
yeah, it said I was supposed to be like 140 or something like that.
I was
40.
gonna say
So
140 because I've studied the BMI. I was gonna say that. That's why I
so
said that.
technically you are 40 pounds overweight. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little
You
ridiculous.
said obese.
Now, when I was 145, that's when I had the Al Sharpton head. Okay. My
Right.
comfortable weight is probably around 165. I'm pushing it at 175.
Mm.
175 is pushing it. So I
So
already know that
so
I need
you
to
feel
lose
like
weight.
according to you, you are only 10 pounds overweight at your best looking self.
Correct.
So that is a very interesting thing, and this is something that we definitely got to deal with our people. We tend to look a little bit better with some meat on our bones. Is that's
Because
the
I'm like
issue
Nah,
that we really
I
are?
don't
That's the
necessarily
issue that we really is having. To be honest with you,
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
would you mind doing the odds before Callie Beth finish her thought? Go ahead, Diva.
She says, "Be right back."
You do you
oh,
mind, Callie? Go ahead, Callie Beth. You want to read the super chat?
it
Shit.
says we got man boobs. That's what Quentin said.
Shit.
Well, 30 you 304. He said 304. Quitting. Lee,
yo,
you got man boobs. I don't know what's going on
Hey
with these
man,
man
listen,
y'all
boobs.
be
I'm
on
not
one.
interested, bro. I'm not
Hey, I don't know
interested,
what's going
bro.
on in our space about man boobs, but
You gotta
lately
relax,
man
bro.
boobs been the
I'm not
topic of
interested.
conversation. Maybe I have to do a show about this man boob situation.
Y'all be on
You
one.
need to let the
I'm
niggas
not
that got
interested.
titties do it.
I'm not interested, bro.
My
Fatty and Fantastic.
my final thought was just I
I
don't
ain't gonna
care
cat,
about what
bro.
the number is, how much I weigh. I don't care about the number. I care about how I look. So even
Okay.
if I do go ahead and I have, I have the hourglass shape and everything like that, if I turn around and I look at the back of my thighs and I don't like the way it looks, then I'm gonna do something about it. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? So I don't care about the number. I care about how I look, and I care
okay.
about how I look in my clothes. Fuck the
So,
numbers.
so now people will also want to say why we don't care about how we are actually, or if we are healthy or not. Is our arteries clogged? If we have, are we pre-diabetic? Are we right there towing the
Exactly.
line of diabetes? That's the
Exactly.
thing that we should really be worried about, not about necessarily how we look, because we get it that when you look in the mirror, oh girl, I think my butt getting big. Oh, we get it. That's what the song says,
Mhm.
and
Well,
right, that's a part of
see,
our
my
But
thing
culture.
is this:
But we
when I
want,
did, when I do get bigger, that's when I start having high blood pressure issues. So I think it kind of goes hand in hand. Like
okay,
when at my biggest, I was 220 after I had my third kid,
okay.
and that's when I had blood pressure issues and shit like that. Or I'll be standing and my fucking knees start hurting. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that.
Yeah, that's
So
real talk right there.
you can feel it, and it's closely associated, but it's not necessarily 100% absolute. You know what I mean? You can still be skinny and have diabetes and have high cholesterol and shit like that. But we all know that when you get bigger, that's when shit starts happening. You know what I mean? But I'll
Mm.
land it there.
And so that's the key part. That's the key part. World class want to hone in on is that healthy part of when you start to feel the weight and you still convincing yourself like I look good because my butt is big or whatever. You get more attention, and that's the part where we kind of get diluted in our conversations. I know world class wanted to jump in right there. Also,
yeah,
right after that, I want Sway producing to jump in, and we also got the beautiful, talented Quentin on the show.
What up, boss?
That's right. I said
I've
beautiful.
been trying to
So
jump
this
in
nigga,
forever.
Oh no, because we
What's
had gave you the mic,
happening?
Happy, and you wasn't there. So I'm gonna get it back around to you. So we're gonna go world class, Sway,
You should have said
Happy, and
QQ.
then Quentin.
So the thing about putting on weight is in this country is a lot of that shit is inflammation and toxins. You know what I'm saying? It's not even the real weight that people think it is. The fat that people think it is actually toxins. So when you have somebody that's actually lean, it will look crazy to y'all, but y'all walking around with literal cancer.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Because all the chemicals that they inflate the meat with, the preservatives and stuff, it's really not even fat. It's just inflammation and swelling.
That information is for real. That's that hurting of the knees that Callie Bell was talking to not too long ago. It's that inflammation inside your body. What's up, Sway Producer? Good day. What is your thoughts? Why do you like women that is 20 pounds over the BMI?
I think I'm cool. I would be cool with that because so the difference between men and women, how the fat proportions throughout their body is completely different, and it's a lot more harmful for men to be fat or over it because the way our fat proportions is mainly in our stomach area and like chest area, the midsection, so all those arteries and guts and shit like that, so it's a lot more detrimental for us. But as the women, it'll spread throughout their whole body, so you will see women, well, they'll be bottom heavy, top heavy, maybe like I said, the main thing is for women is to keep their stomach in check and obviously keep their health in check and certain blood pressures and shit like that. And then to what's
like that
well,
shit like
class
that.
point, huh? The world class point about the inflammation, yeah, a lot of inflammation happens in your joints, and so that can be a cause of high salt, high sugar. So if you're eating a lot of salty foods, a lot of sugary foods
You
and
in the
fatty
green?
foods, that'll definitely cause a lot of inflammation in your joints and cause other problems to happen too.
Well, no, but wait, what I'm saying is a lot of what people think is fat in the arms is actually inflammation that's caused by the arteries being clogged.
Well, I mean, I can understand the point. I think a lot of women might feel that in terms of they women, I think, get bloated a lot more than men as well. So especially throughout hormones, so their weight fluctuates throughout the month a lot more than ours. So I give them a bit of grace. However, I know what a fit woman looks like, and I know what an unfit woman looks like. So if you are unfit, that's not a good thing. I think I can give you grace on your body weight depending on your height and build.
So now,
but
Sway, before I move
you
the
got to be
conversation
somewhat
forward,
fit.
can you see an unhealthy skinny person?
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of conversation that we need to really be having as well.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of times people think that just because they are skinny, they are healthy. I also want to, hey, Quentin, what was you showing us just now as well? I would like to know what was that?
I went to I got some nerve issues going on over here, so they ran my blood, and I was just showing that my shit's in the green.
So why you have nerve issues is everything is in the green?
It's I have flat feet, and it's like pinching my nerve in my foot.
Damn.
It's called like a Morton's neuroma.
Make sure you don't have a.
And they made and my feet were tingling, and I was like, "Oh shit, I got diabetes." They was like, "Nah, you got." They're like, "You got Morton's neuroma."
He thought he was gonna be one leg Willie.
Hell yeah, I thought I was a fatty, and they was like, "Nah, you good. You just got flat ass feet."
Did you get an MRI on your foot?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it's like a little. It's like a little. Like your nerve is like inflamed.
So make sure you don't get a tumor, because my girl had like a tumor when she was young, and then over time they fucked it up in a sense where it start to heal inside, and it made another tumor. So she had 2 surgeries on her foot under like kind of the same thing where it was like pinching her nerve and
she has flat feet as well.
I don't know, but I do know she needs to have a insole at least for that one foot because it's still recovering and it still hurts when she walks a lot.
Okay. Go ahead, Happy. I know you want to jump into the conversation. Go ahead, Happy. What is your thoughts?
I'm lost now. What was the question?
We were talking about weight and appropriate weight. Sharon asked me, is it cool to date a woman over 20 pounds over the BMI, and why, we should be more acceptable to just being healthy instead of worrying about the weight, because skinny people can be unhealthy.
Yes.
Fat people can be unhealthy.
Correct.
Anybody can be unhealthy, but the main thing is unhealthiness determined by your weight? And I think for the most part, most of us agree that is a factor, not the whole thing, but you can't say it doesn't play a factor.
Right. So like we need to get all together and get Big Mufasa to lose about Uh, 30 pounds. We need to get Big Mufasa to lose about 30 pounds. So he
Shit,
can be
Quentin
healthy.
too. Quentin need to lose about 32. 210.
But like I said, I race motorcycle. By the time I get on my bike in fucking June, I'll be under 200 pounds. I'll be around 190, 185. I don't care. I pick up weight in the wintertime all the time. This is normal. I gain weight and drop weight like this, like I want to.
How much you dropped to?
From what? I was like at 240 like 3 months ago.
Damn.
No, I'm saying how much. Okay, so you dropped. Oh, damn.
No wonder why you having nerve problems in your damn feet. It's too much goddamn weight on them feet.
No, it's shut the fuck up. No.
240 is crazy. I was
Yeah, it was crazy. I ain't never.
No,
I looked at myself in the mirror. I was like, nah, bro, gotta go.
Yeah,
on
me
here.
too. I was
So,
240. I
so
looked
what?
myself
So
in the
when
mirror,
you
I was
look in the
like,
mirror,
hell
so
nah.
that's similar to what Callie said. Callie said when she look in the mirror and she see her legs not looking like to her liking, that's when she knows she got to hit the gym and do something different. So when you look into the mirror, so was it the fupa that made you say, "Hey"?
I ain't never had no fupa. It's like when I got like back fat and shit. I'll be like, oh shit.
That's a fupa though. That's a fupa. Nah.
That nigga Quentin had love handles.
That's a masculine fupa, bro.
You said what?
If my pectorals is too big in the back, or if you got to pull your bra strap down to try to hide them, then you know you're doing like it's time to do some backups or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Like I looked in the mirror with my camera phone. I was like, what the fuck? And it had like a little crease on my back. I was like, hell no.
Men start to develop love handles first. So like they waist start to like go fat out
like
for whatever reason.
So men is the original muffin top.
I don't think men get fupa. They're belly like just like
no, it comes out on the waist first.
Also, something
that's what I'm saying. That back fat
every 10 pounds that you are overweight, you lose an inch of your peen. So is that something else that you look at as well? Is that something
that's not true? That's not. It's
so
like
you saying that when you was 40 pounds overweight?
Yeah. No, I'm 40 pounds overweight at 210.
You 40 pounds overweight, so you went all the way to
you
240.
30. You ain't 40. You 30.
So you went to 240. So
I can be 210 and be fucking muscle as shit, and it looks fine.
You all 40.
All right, so at one point you was like 50 pounds overweight when you was 240. So did you lose 3 inches of peen when you looked in the mirror? Is what
I couldn't see 3 inches of peen. Like I didn't lose it. It was still there. I just couldn't see that motherfucker.
That's what it be.
Yo, pause this.
That motherfucker was still there.
It was there somewhere. He said, I don't know where
it's
all
went. Sway, it's your fault. You take full responsibility.
This is not my fault, man.
It's like losing weight and gaining weight. It's like it's easy.
Nah, that's for men though. Like I will give, like I said, I understand the level of women's grace. You know, even them, the metabolism is different for men. Like men we shed body fat a lot faster and easier than women just universally. Yeah, so I'll give them that. You know, but however, like there's a level of grace I give women, especially because the food is. Y'all brought up like this 50s and 60s and the 30s. The food is completely different. Even organic food is bad for you. You might as well just grow your own food at this point or go vegan. Just mainly what I do is I don't eat until like I'm like stuffed. I just eat until I'm not hungry. And I think, you know, if you can kind of monitor how much you're eating throughout the day, you know, do intermediate fasting, especially with the food that we got going on, like, you know what I mean? So I think you just got to be aware of the reality of what's going on. So you might have to do more than what they did in the 30s in terms of watching what you eat.
One of the things is the signal in your brain. The signal in your brain to your stomach is slow. So eat slower and chew your food up because you be full way before you know it. But go ahead, Quinn.
I think intermittent fasting is probably the one way that everybody can lose weight. Like I can go 19 hours and not even feel it. And the more time there's a hunger hormone. It's called ghrelin. And like once you fast, you wean yourself off of that. Like half the time we eat, we ain't even fucking hungry.
Yeah, that is very true.
That's like fasting is like a life hack. You know what I mean? Yep. Like half the time you just have an appetite, but you ain't hungry.
Yeah, that's
drink some fucking water. Fucking take some apple cider vinegar, makes you feel more full and all that shit. It's real easy. It's just people are just lazy. Like the difference between like just because you have a 9-to-5 job doesn't mean you're not lazy. You know what I mean? You work because you got to, but you lazy as fuck, and you could probably do more type of shit. So it's just,
Exactly.
like most of them just lazy, but I ain't gonna lie. I'll be sitting around here thinking about some fucking milk and cookies. And when you got a kid and they got snacks, nigga,
You
when
know,
there's
the fruit
snack,
snacks.
nigga, when I got some fucking oatmeal cream pies of my kid in the fucking cabinet over here, nigga.
So
Right.
let me ask you, Quentin.
I also wanna welcome to the show Ray Midnight. How you doing, Ray Midnight? I want to know, Ray, why do you prefer a woman 50 pounds over her BMI?
God damn.
Damn, 50 pounds.
Sharon Gracie. 50 pounds over the BMI. A BMI, I think if it's according to BMI, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. We pretty much all overweight, skinny or big, it seems
The
like.
whole National Football League is overweight.
We
Nah,
all over.
middle.
If we
It's a
go
middle,
BMI.
bro. It's a
Nah,
middle,
Ray.
You
bro.
get what I'm saying?
Hold on,
You know
let
what
him
I'm
get a
saying?
chance to
Hell nah,
answer.
Ray.
Go ahead, Ray. Let Ray answer the question. Go ahead. He loves the woman at least 50 pounds over. Ray said, if you are 50 pounds, if you're not 50 pounds over the BMI, he don't want nothing to do with you because you can't keep
I
him
didn't
warm
say that.
You
and
look
you
like
can't
that
keep him
skinny dude
shaded
that like
in
big
the
bitches.
summer.
So you're not
I
trying to
didn't,
pick her up, huh?
I
You
didn't
ain't
You
trying
say
look
to
that.
like
pick
the
her
dude that wife a big white chick.
Me?
up?
Me?
I'm just
That
fucking with
man
you,
No,
said
Ray.
he's
I'm gonna be honest. I'll be honest with you guys. I'll be honest and transparent. My first child's mother is over two something. You get what I'm saying? She's also almost 10 years older than me, though.
But
But she
Ray,
also had she also has a thyroid issue too. But seeing it's never fluctuated up or down. It stayed exactly, you know what I'm saying, at her size. She didn't
Ray,
go too much up or down. But she is a big woman.
but over
And
two
she
something
was,
could be
and so since you
205
have
or
a,
295.
I also want to speak to that. Her having a thyroid issue, right? So she always dealt with that. So she always had this voluptuous shape, and then it probably
Mhm.
got out of shape as she got older. She probably added to her stomach section, right? But
I,
a lot of
actually,
women, what I'm saying is that
oh,
a lot of women that have those big thighs, big booties, and big chests, a lot of them do have thyroid issues. It's something that we do not talk about enough in our community as well.
in
And a
our
lot of
community, yes.
what a thyroid issue is and how it can complicate pregnancies. How
Yeah.
it not nothing that she could actually really do. Is no amount of exercise that she could do. There's no amount of eating that she could do to actually really combat that thyroid issue. That's just something
Yeah.
that he has.
Yes, yes. There is a big issue of that in our community specifically. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't justify you not eating healthier and trying to be healthier, but to your point, that is an issue that gets in the way a little bit. But I will say this, and Mr. Organic said this in a viral Instagram clip too, and I said this in the chat. Big girls, we act like in public we don't fuck with them, and in private we fuck with them, and they're a lot of fun. That's what guys don't say that enough, and they won't admit it enough. And but not all men, but there is that. There is that. Say I'm lying. Say I'm lying.
You lying?
You said they're a lot of fun. I don't think that part was just.
Man, I can give 20.
Oldest, am I lying?
I can
Oldest.
give
Yo,
20.
how a
Whoa, whoa,
woman
whoa.
you
20.
Hold
can't
on.
pick
I
up
want
a
to know.
lot of fun? Explain
Put
that.
me in
How
there,
a
Oldest.
woman you can't pick up a lot of fun? How
Otis
is
to
that?
jump in. Hey,
I
Otis,
just
2
think
tons of fun is too much.
Listen,
This
all
girl
women
right
are
here,
fun. I'm not
this
going
girl
to
right
go
here is
down that road.
180 pounds. Is that too fat?
Damn,
oh,
she's
them,
how much?
I don't
I'm
them
want to.
two-
Y'all
much
can
are
have
You
her. I'm
just be
good.
showing random shit.
185 pounds. Is that fat?
To me,
I
that
don't
is.
want them too skinny though. I don't want to be rubbing
Oh,
sticks together making fires.
I don't want them too
So
skinny either. It's called
yeah,
medium. That's what y'all always
yeah, I
do
like
to
a
try to make these arguments.
yeah, I
A
like a
medium.
medium to yeah.
This
Got it.
nigga
Yeah, I
said
know you like.
medium.
I know you like
Let's
a
keep it
medium.
organized.
I
Let's keep it
know you
100.
like a
Medium
medium.
and up. Yeah,
Hold on, y'all.
absolutely.
Let's keep it
You
organized.
mean
Go ahead,
normal?
Lee. Get your point. Otis wanted to jump in there. So let's go. Lee, Otis, and I think Sway wants to jump in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, nah, I wasn't really gonna say that. I just like the medium, man. We gotta add the medium. That's what we all really like. Men like mediums, yo. Like you, I don't want no skinny chick. I don't want it. Nah, I'm good off the skinny shorties. Like, and more power to them. I ain't trying to knock them, but that's not what I want.
Go ahead,
But I
Otis.
want
But
that
also, I
medium
heard
shorty that be in
the
the gym a little bit. You know what I'm saying? She eating good a little bit. You know, she's staying healthy. Damn, you just cut me off, bro. Sheesh.
Your internet
Rude,
went
bro.
out.
Go ahead.
Your internet
shit.
went out. We didn't hear you for like a good.
Yeah, your phone was going in and out. Your internet. Yeah.
Oh yeah, damn. All right, let me move closer.
Damn, you trying to beat me up about it? God damn.
My bad, Sherrod. My bad, Sherrod.
Ron Gracie.
My bad, bro.
Before Otis go,
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
PhD, are you there?
Hey.
So next level, moving forward, people have 2 to 5 pounds of waste in their colon alone. Detox people, go get you go squat, squirt some water up your ass.
That
so
shit,
you
they
get-
have like those places. Yeah, that shit.
Damn, Teron. Not to
he-
squirt water up your ass. Damn.
Yeah, hey, that's what you gotta do. You gotta put some water up your ass with a squeegee. Well, not really a squeegee, but you gotta put some water up
no.
so you can clean out your goddamn.
They actually have people that'll do it for you. It's like $50.
Yeah, it's called a colonoscopy. You'd be surprised how much.
Yeah, get it professionally done, people.
You'd be surprised how much.
I could have gone another 48 years without knowing this.
Hold on, you'd be surprised how you have like 5-year-old doodle just stuck inside your colon. That was
I am too young to be hearing about colonoscopy.
No, Sway. No, sir.
Hold on,
No,
I'm
Sway.
serious.
Wow.
I don't want to hear about this shit. Literally.
All diseases start in the colon.
Hey, yo, what's happening?
I'm good on that.
I don't know. They just had Tourette's. They don't hear me talking. They just had Tourette's.
Nobody want to hear what you saying right now. You talking about old 4-year dookie? What, bro? Come.
That's where it come from. That's where all the diseases come from. It come from the colon. You clean your colon out.
But
like
you supposed to
I
get
hear
that
y'all,
done
but why
after
we gotta
your,
be so graphic, bro? Y'all can't like beep y'all,
males.
like beep
It's not-
yourselves or something,
not
like
kindergarten.
beep. We don't got
So
like a
this is-
special.
So
Man, I
this
could've
is something
gone
that's supposed to
48
get
years
done though
without
after.
hearing
Look. So Otis is being patient. Let's get Otis in there. Sway one to jump in there, and then we go Ray Midnight. Go ahead, Otis.
I didn't really have much to say on that topic, but you guys no, but seriously, let's get serious real quick. You guys brought something up, and it's real quick, and it's regarding health. I think I am the oldest person on this panel. I'm only 53, but with that being said, I will be going to have my first, hopefully my last colonoscopy next week. The good thing about that is you're talking about releasing the old stuff that's scraped against the walls. I'm going to be getting that out, but
man,
joking, but serious at the same time. It's a scary thought. Men, especially men of color, do not go through this process as we should, because it's serious. We know that we do have a high risk of colon cancer and things of that nature anyway. So I'm just saying that, and I'm just taking this serious. We joking a lot. We have to joke about this, but going under, getting the tube stuck up your rectum to see if you have cancer, to have cancer is nothing to joke about. And I do have to take them pills to make me do what I do 24 hours prior to get all the so I'm just sitting here listening. But think about that though. We need to get that done. And my plane is landing.
Yes, you're right.
Go ahead, Sway. Tell us when are you gonna get your first colonoscopy?
Yo, how old are you, Otis? 53?
He's 53.
All right, so I didn't need to hear about that for another 30 years.
That's not how it works. No, you can get it now.
Good on, it's a joke, but damn, I didn't need to listen to that shit in at least another 15 years. God damn, like what the fuck? Anyways, I appreciate you for at least putting me on game before I get there. Thank you, Otis. I know that's a vulnerable conversation to talk about. However,
no, it wasn't, but I got you though. I feel
it definitely is on these YouTube streets and Sharon's space particularly. I guess this is actually one of the first times I guess we really talking somewhat about solutions. People not derailing and fat shaming or colon shaming or whatever else shaming left or right. We kind of joking about it a little bit, but I think for the most part people are kind of trying to take it seriously. So I'm with it, man. What else? What other healthy habits do I need to have other than becoming vegan? I'm not going to do that. I've heard some people say eat all meat. Pause.
So that's a very
that works, man. That works from some people.
So before we move it to Ray,
It gets
that's a very good point. So what you can do to really understand what your diet, you need to go and get your blood tested. It's a certain kind of test that you could take, and it tells you what kind of food is best for your body type. So some people it is, but it's not a vast big group of human beings, but it is some carnivore human beings out there that they need to eat more meat.
Stop switching when you hear me come out here. That makes me think you're doing something wrong.
But the problem is that keto diet, you need to go get your blood work done before you go and try.
Keto is hard though, bro. That's hard.
Yeah. Go ahead, world class. You seem like you have a thought on that health part right there. But
do tigers have a blood type diet?
Sorry.
Do tigers have a blood type diet?
Say that again?
Do tigers have a blood type diet? Do bears?
Yes.
They don't.
Yes, we seen Simba. Simba was eating.
That's a cartoon. That wasn't a thing. So it's just your body is made.
That Simba is also a lion. Okay, not a tiger.
You're right.
It's a cartoon. It's a cartoon. So
you're right.
It's a cartoon.
But go ahead.
You made out 100. You made out 102 minerals. Your blood is the pH of the blood is 7.1. You need oxygen, and that's the foundation of your health. And people just need to understand those 102 minerals. Make sure you're getting that in as much as possible. The pH is 7.1 of your blood, and stop putting acidic things. Stomach, most of your body, your brain fluid is alkaline. Understand alkalinity, and with the conversation that we have right now is extremely important because the colon is the foundation of health. Getting that waste out, getting it cleared. That's where all diseases formulate from the colon first. You know what I'm saying?
And also, what happens in the colon as well is something is a normal bacteria that our body naturally produces, and some of those natural bacteria, they get stuck in the colon, and when they get stuck, they turn into like a zombie cell, so to speak. I think that's the best word I could use for it. And then they start to duplicate, and then that's how come you have some of you might even have slimy stools. And that's where it's coming from, because that cell that's in your colon that's reproducing and it's dead now is also producing this slime type thing in your colon. And that's how come sometimes when you wipe, you see you got a little slime in it. So
damn it.
It ain't just a gang. Hey, I'm just telling you what it is, bro.
Yeah, but this is why people should just have their colon checked. And no, you are not too young, Sway, to go have a colonoscopy. If your doctors say you may need one, if you don't need one right now, that's fine. But don't think it's an age thing, because it has nothing to do with your age. Just so you know, and so everybody knows.
Get that snapback. Snap that. Gotta get that snapback.
Your snapback by having a colonoscopy? Are you fucking kidding me?
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
But obviously, y'all don't know what a colonoscopy is. Babes, relax.
How many have you had?
I've had one colonoscopy at my old ripe age. I have had one colonoscopy, and I've also had an endoscopy. Right? Because they thought it may have been in my colon, but it wasn't. So they went down, right? And they put the camera inside my mouth, down my throat, all the way into my stomach, right? So that's what the endoscopy is. Don't get it twisted, babes, because I get mine.
What age did you have a colonoscopy?
Next, anything else?
What age did you have a colonoscopy?
I was 28 when I had my first. Well, the only colonoscopy. Yes, I was 28 years old when I had it, because they were trying to figure out what it was, what was going on. And then, like I said, then I had the endoscopy, and it was what it was. And that was that. So, but yeah. So don't think you have to be so much higher in age, because I was younger than 30 when I had my.
Well, maybe
also we gotta stop thinking. For some reason in our community as well, we think that being healthy happens later on in life.
Right.
No, you could do it much often. This is another reason why I said we need to start talking about being mature a little younger in life as well. Teach our children to be mature and teach our children their palate is healthier as well. Stop drowning your goddamn salads with dressings. Because what you're not actually addicted to chicken or meat. You're addicted to the seasonings of that chicken and meat. Because if you just to put a steak on a grill with no season whatsoever, most people say, like this is disgusting. It's nasty.
I don't need steak with the steak.
So
I
you
mean, the
need
fake shit. I don't know what that real stuff.
so you need
Don't get it, you talking.
so you need to detox yourself from seasonings. A lot of the seasonings is what is really killing us. They got a lot of this MSG stuff, especially if you're using
Oh yeah.
what's our favorite? Lowry's have MSG. You got to look at it got some that doesn't have the MSG, and it has some that still have that MSG. So we got to start paying attention to our seasonings. A reason why a lot of those places in the Eastern world is because they get their seasonings fresh. They actually go scoop their season and they mix their seasons together to get so-called like the curry spice. Most people don't even know what the curry spice really is. It's a mixture of spices. It's cool. And we can talk about that too, but that's going behind the paywall.
Oh yeah, you said
Yeah,
behind the
goddamn.
paywall on the cooking channel. I know that's
You
right.
could create your own, but also I want to get. I think Q want to have some. Go ahead, Quentin.
What do you eat meat?
Not anymore.
What do you get for protein?
So that's a great question because for some reason people think that it's never been a human in the history of Earth that died of a protein deficiency. That's number one. So most of the time
But that's for like that help. That's like for muscle growth though.
We get our protein from plants and vegetables in the first place. That's where most of the protein come from. They have the most protein concentrated in vegetables. That's why we eat cows, because most of the people that are saying they getting their protein from meat, we do not. No, we do not. It's because that is recycled protein. So the cows.
Well, they said like 2% or 98% of our protein is not raw. Like it's hard to find raw protein in the world type thing. That's what's wrong, but yeah.
Hey, can I ask?
Yes, I get it from you for a second, but I want to let World Class jump in there as well about the protein. Where do you get your protein, World Class?
I hate to participate in this. First of all, it's a fake word. It just means for you. Pro means for. TE means you. It doesn't really actually mean anything. So it's about whether what you're consuming is electric, alkaline, or not. So like Essentia's trash water, don't drink it. Don't have no energy in it. Switch to Fiji. But like you said already, everybody gets their protein from plants. You don't actually get any protein from a creature that breathes air like you, because what you're eating when you eat the mussel is blood. That's what you're consuming. You're actually eating blood, and your body doesn't need it because you're not a cow and you're not a chicken. Especially when you have cows, chickens, and pigs who are fake creatures. They're hybrid creatures that Earth didn't even make. So
can I add something really quickly, if you don't mind? Because I want to jump in real quick, because like we were talking about people getting their colonoscopies and things like that and all that. I do want to add this, and I'm glad you guys are saying this, because a lot of physicians like to tell us all the time, especially whenever we're getting blood work done. And you could even be visiting oncology. You know what I mean? Whenever they take your blood, the first thing they want to tell you is, oh yeah, go eat the rawest steak you can find. Like, I mean, go eat a steak as bloody as you can stand to. You get what I'm saying? They like to tell people that all the time after, they take your blood. You get what I'm saying? They like to make sure, oh, well, you're not going to be behind the wheel. And, oh yeah, let it, try to keep you like conscious after they take all this blood from you. And they tell you what? Go eat that creature, like you said, right? Go eat that cow as bloody as you can stand it.
Also, I want to say this is like, what I also find interesting. I'm happy is that like when people don't realize that all that so-called juice that we get from our chicken, turkeys, and that meat, that ain't nothing but pus and blood. That's
Absolutely.
all it is. When
That's
you
say
that meat is so juicy, that's all it is. It's pus, blood, ligaments, mucus. All those goddamn things is coming out of that that thing that you are frying up and you cooking up. That
if you don't drain it, that's exactly what it is. Absolutely.
People would just say what it actually is. I don't mind people eating whatever they want to eat, because sometimes I do want a goddamn oxtail. I ain't gonna lie to you.
That's
the only food that I actually miss. Whatever, that's just me, maybe because I grew up on it. That's the only one I actually miss, because that's something that you just cannot substitute because of all the bone marrow.
Is that you press the airplane button?
Huh?
Land the plane, Sharon.
You
on the plane
like that?
No, that's me. That's me.
No,
God damn.
No, that was real
Sharon,
life.
can I ask you a question real quick? And to the panel, can I ask a question real quick while we're talking about health and weight? You guys remember that when we grew up on how it was about being skinny and the bulimia, and I brought this up before, back in the time where bulimia was a thing, right? Now, remember back during that time when women, was throwing up their cookies to stay skinny.
Wasn't that the same time they were still saying we was out of shape as a country? And now we have a time where women are doing the opposite, trying to be thick and getting fake stuff to look thicker, but they still saying we're overweight. Is that pretty accurate to you?
Well, generally, we are overweight.
That's my point. It doesn't matter how skinny, you know what I'm saying, or big. According to the BMI, you know what I'm saying, we all still gonna be overweight. You get what I'm saying? But either way it's tried. The best thing that we could learn is that from the time of the pandemic for black folks, and they was teaching us how to eat better. And for the ones that wasn't, and even before then, and we've seen a pattern for those and situations that has been tried to be silenced for the benefit to be healthier, to avoid situations like this again. So it's just a matter of the discipline of learning what you already been knew about staying healthy. And it is hard because the sugary stuff is infectious. That's the whole key. So it's a matter of discipline. It's a matter of discipline, you know what I'm saying, about how you decide to go about your body, especially as you're older. Because like Otis said, we have to, after 40, we do got to take that colon test. It's just a matter, we have to do it. Y'all seen Soul Man with Bernie Mac. There's going to be that situation, or should be, for every man. We're going to have to do it. It's just a matter is, are you going to be selfish enough to go do what you're supposed to be to live longer and healthier?
That is one great point. And speaking of going to the grocery store and using your kitchen as your medicine table, because really your kitchen should be your medicine. That's where your real medicine comes from. It's the stuff that you put in your food. And since today is Women History Month, I believe, I want to talk about a lady. What's her name? Her name is
History Month.
Yeah, it's Women History Month. You didn't know? Her
Women
name.
Moving off, bro.
Her name. Nah, I'm going to jump back into it, but I also want to give some more education and some more solutions because people act like we don't come down to some solution over here. So I just want to give some great information about a beautiful woman because they say they don't invent shit. Her name is Margaret Knight, and she invented the flat bottom paper bag in 1986, and she invented the machine that which we all now use today to create paper bags. So now when we go grocery shopping, we don't got to carry things in our goddamn hand. So shout out to that beautiful woman, Margaret Knight, who created the very first shopping bag for all people across the world, so we don't have to carry all our goddamn groceries by our hands and in pickup trucks looking like the good old boys.
Salute to Margaret for creating flat bottoms.
And she is an inventor, and she created a machine. So now, ladies, whenever you get into an argument and they say women are not inventors, they haven't invented shit, you can say, well, I know Margaret Knight, God damn it.
Not you
Well, they didn't know anybody before today.
And Margaret Knight, she invented the machine that created the flat paper bag.
Flat bottom
solutions for your ass, God damn it. Quitting like that one. Yeah. We gonna start doing
that. Is that all? You're not gonna talk more about her?
We're gonna do that every day. I'm gonna try to do that. Give y'all a new historic woman that invented something or did something powerful for us American people, so we could be fat the way how we are now. She actually helped us destroy the BMI chart so we can gather more food and we bring it to the table. Shout out to Miss Knight.
Sharon, you think there's such a thing you think there's such a thing as drinking too much water?
Yes, absolutely. You could absolutely drink too much water. So what happened if you drink too much water, you would start to thin out your blood. And that's when you will have an issue. So yes, you can drink too much water. Absolutely.
All right. Teach that. I was just seeing what you was going to say.
You're welcome. Go ahead, PhD. What's your thoughts, PhD? If you want to tell about some female inventors like Mrs. Knight?
I could, but I wanted to talk about the drinking too much water comment. Yaki Awakening said that you're not supposed to drink water at all, that you should get all of your water from fruit. He said only animals drink water. Oh, he's this guy. His videos go.
Is it non-acidic
the guy who
fruit?
made the video who said that when a woman have sex with a man, his sperm go to her brain. Y'all ain't see that video? He be everywhere. My nephew sees me this stuff. He's like a new Dr. Sebi.
Well, I mean, like it depends on what part of your body you consider your brain, because some people could consider your stomach a part of your brain. So if you swallowing, then yeah, I guess it could go to your brain if your stomach is in your...
Well, they do call your gut your second brain, so yes.
So in that case, then yes, I could agree with him. But otherwise, I'm not too sure about that. But yes, eating your water. So like, that's one of the reasons why I do eat cucumbers. I do eat raw lettuce, because that is definitely a form of, yes, raw lettuce is delicious.
But isn't that considered, Sharon, depending on what, does it have to be non-acidic or acidic,
people cook
depending?
lettuce?
Say what?
People cook lettuce?
Is it supposed to be acidic
Because you
fruits
said
or
raw lettuce,
non-acidic?
like people cook lettuce. Like, who the fuck cook lettuce?
Meaning that
like
it's not. It doesn't have
Same people that cook cabbage.
I think he means it doesn't have any dressing on
Motherfucker,
it.
you need to cook cabbage. That shit is harder than a bitch. Y'all people
Ron,
fall out. Y'all know y'all don't go to no dentist.
dressing on it.
Right, so
Lord have mercy.
let me address the dress. So the reason why I said raw is because I don't put no dressing on it. I don't add seasoning to my food. Like,
plain.
You squeeze
plain
lime or
lettuce.
what?
So you said raw,
No,
like the veggies, because I know
No
you
lime?
vegan.
no lime, no nothing. I just eat the plant fresh out the thing because I know it's alive, so
Like
I eat it.
chips, right? Like it's a chip, like a piece of seaweed. Like
Lord
earlier
have
when the
mercy.
people was asking you that when you first started the video.
Lord
Yeah, and they
have
asked about
mercy.
something else. I told him seaweed. Okay, got it. Okay, no dressing. Don't say raw. Like,
Oh man,
I just
you
wanted
hear
to know who cooked lettuce. My bad.
Happy, do you hear voices?
Say that again, Otis.
I was asking Happy, do you hear voices?
Yeah, I hear your fucking bald head ass.
Oh
The fuck?
my
I hear
God.
everybody, motherfucker. Ain't nothing wrong with my motherfucking ears. The hell you asking me that for? Fuck you thought this was?
Solution based gang, yay!
Sway, how you go from we was just talking about all these solutions and now you want to tease? God,
that's right.
Bro, this is who you talking about me?
Yes. You
I'm
just said we was
saying,
doing
like,
good.
I
You
would
just
rather
said
go
we
back
did.
to what we were talking about
What I'm
instead
saying
of
is that
calling Otis bald-headed.
Sway, we
But
did
Sharon,
we did 3 hours of solutions. God damn it!
All
Don't
right,
get
so now
mad
it's
at
And
time
me.
then
for the
Otis
fuckery.
had to come in here with his bald headed ass
Don't-
talk about do you hear
Sharon,
voices?
Sharon,
Kick
so
Otis out the
Hold on,
fucking
Happy.
channel.
So
Fuck
what
I have
I'm
a
him.
question, Sharon. I have a question. I have
So
a
what I'm
question
saying
for
is,
you.
don't get
I'm
mad
trying
at
to.
Otis if
Lord
he
have
just
mercy.
wanted to bring a little
Jesus Christ.
humor into it because he knew what he was doing when he did it. He wanted to bring a little light
Why
of
he gotta be bald head though?
he didn't like he didn't
I
know
love it.
he knew what Happy was gonna do.
I love
Jesus
it.
Christ.
But
So,
Sway got a
Sharon,
question for me, so go ahead, Sway. What's the
He
question?
knew I wasn't gonna
no,
put
it was
him in a
me.
headlock. That's what he knew.
Oh,
I've been
Yeah,
patient,
he
Ray.
chose the safe
Oh,
option
okay, go ahead,
today.
Sway. You got it.
Boy, the fuck? You sure
Go ahead,
did?
Sway.
I'm trying.
You ain't fucking with PhD, but though that's cool.
Oh yeah, never mind. Happy's that.
all right. Go ahead, Sway.
So I get, you in world class perspective, and I'm not even gonna that's not the main reason what I'm about to say right now, because it seems like
Oh, Sharon,
Ron probably been
drop
battling.
Sway for 20 minutes.
Damn. What the
Goddamn,
fuck?
Sway, what you do? Sway, you're gonna
Well, I
have to
think
Fuck up in 2024. Yo.
I'm sorry. So PhD but now has $30 left in her credit. She used it on Sway, so that means yeah. $12.50. You will be back. Bam.
He's about to slander
Oh
us.
my God, this is
What
crazy.
was you about to say?
No, I just like to mess with Sway.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do
Well,
nothing.
it
He
is
didn't do
what
nothing.
it
He
is.
didn't do anything.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Wow.
Oh,
Really,
damn, Ed.
Ed? Ed?
Wow.
Damn.
Why?
Wow,
Ed?
Ed, what the fuck? Oh, Ed.
Would you like to
Today
do
is
the honors,
Monday.
PhD? Sheesh.
Yeah, I ain't
Ed
been that.
Unchained. PhD Diva is the greatest. Thank you, sir.
Oh no, that ain't what it said. That ain't what it said.
Now there need to be some repercussions for her not reading the super chat correctly.
Damn.
Because they hard earned
Absolutely.
$2, so she need to get into something.
Yeah,
he wanted that to be seen. Ed ain't playing this morning.
It would give Otis great pleasure. Go ahead, Otis. Read the super chat.
Okay. I got Ed
Damn.
and change. Don't make
She read it already. Thank you.
I'm not even mad. I'm not even mad. Go ahead. Go ahead, PhD, but free. I'm not even mad. I love you. You're good. Go ahead.
God damn. Ed Unchained, I get my daily water from PH Diva's honey pot. I didn't know you had a
Pop
honey
your
pot.
shit then, Ed.
Really, Sean? That is so fucked up.
Get it in, Ed. Shit.
God damn. And I didn't PH Diva, so do you cultivate this honey pot? Like
Oh no, hell no.
Juices and berries, just juices. Matter of fact, my breakfast every morning is several kinds of fruit. I had strawberries, pineapple, and clementines this morning, and I'll probably have an apple before noon. So,
hey, by the way, pineapples is a good way to get that thing tasting a little bit better. So if you
That is correct.
if your man do say that you if your man
that's why she been doing it. Get it then, PhD. Shit, get it then. Okay,
if y'all man say that it tastes a little sour down there, it is the food that you eat. That's because you are sour food and there's too much seasoning in damn food. So you need
gotta
to
get seasoning, Sharon. You just keep
Weight is not back until 58, my guy. What the fuck? Stop teaching classes
Don't
out
be
here.
doing the seasoning slander because you don't eat it, nigga.
Okay.
Look, we not talking about the food. We all know what the fuck they're talking about.
Oh man, we was doing so good. We barely cursed too until recent. Damn.
Oh
Sorry.
wow. Okay, blame
It just
Happy. I
happened.
know.
I
I'm
didn't
gonna
say
take the F word out my vocabulary because I'm on your panel. All right,
Oh, that
gotcha.
would be so awesome because you know.
I know, right? Like I don't use it all the time, right? That is so cool. But I'm using it today because you so nasty.
What's going on?
I don't know. Usually, word class, what happens is that around a 3-hour mark, something happens to us human beings, and we get a little loopy. I think we need to like eat. Oh, we got to drink some water so we can reset.
So Sharon,
Don't eat them
Right.
pineapples. Don't reset too much now.
All right, good.
So
Hold on. Ray
Sharon.
got something to say. He gonna bring us back. Go ahead, Ray.
What is in your normal daily food diet from morning to whenever you decide you done eating for the day or night?
Like so
What
for
is your
today,
daily?
so far I already ate 5 different fruits already. I already drank I probably drank like maybe close to a half a gallon of water already. And I'd have it, and that's all I consumed for the day so far.
I mean, what do you do at night though? What, after you do that, you know,
And then I
what is your
probably
normal?
eat lunch around like probably like in the next hour, and then I eat dinner again.
Why do you consume so much food?
I think it's because I burn a lot of energy, especially getting prepared for this half marathon. The half marathon, you burn about like 20,000 calories on one run.
Yeah.
So I gotta reproduce. So while I'm training, I gotta reproduce all those calories that I'm burning. So I gotta eat more than not. So I eat a lot. I'm always stuffing my face, and I'm eating foods that is chewable. So it's kind of annoying because I always have to chew.
Yeah, I be hearing you. That's why I don't come up here. I don't listen to this nigga eat.
I know you do be smacking a lot. What the fuck wrong with you?
That's one thing I would say that is one comfortability about eating meat. You just chomp it, 2 bites and swallow. So it's not like
No, absolutely not. Don't tell him that. No,
I just think vegetables. I just think vegetables you got to chew a lot more than meat. That's what I'm saying. But go ahead, world class.
No, they got to chew more with meat. Our stuff will digest. That shit don't even digest at all. It just sit there and get dehydrated, then it pass through.
But that's in the belly.
You said what does?
Listen, y'all know already it goes person to person. You know, everybody is not the same.
Can I
Literally.
ask world class a question if you don't mind, Mel? Could you repeat?
Why you gotta ask Cappy? I was done. I was just telling them they don't need to argue about that because
all right, so if you're done, you don't gotta announce that you're done. Go ahead, Otis.
Could you repeat what you said about the fish?
Huh?
Could you repeat what you said about the fish?
Yeah, they don't digest. And the fish is probably the worst thing to eat right now because of the mercury. That shit don't digest.
And also, mercury is not something that we naturally produce within our body, too. So like everything else that we eat, we actually produce it. Like iron, we actually have iron in our blood and in our body. But mercury is not something that we naturally produce within our body. So most of the food that you eat is so you can keep replenishing all the nutrients that you have in your body, like iron, because we actually really do have iron inside our body.
That's why I said
I heard
before.
that
A
about
lot
the
of
beef not digesting, but not the fish. So that's why when he said that, and he sounds like he knows what he's talking about. So that's why I'm not as I'm being so serious. I already knew about the digestion process of the beef, but not the fish. I never heard it before.
The pig and the hog got obscene amount of worms. If you eat any of that stuff, you got a lot of worms in your brain. That part is what's bad. The red meat don't digest damn near at all.
Right.
The poultry, which is mainly chicken, is one of the. They used to use chickens back in the day. Used to keep chicken when it was in enemy territory, because the chicken immune system is so weak that if it was like some airborne pathogens, it would die first. Never give them time to get up out. The soldiers time to get up out. I need to research that. That shit crazy. So that's the chicken.
Hold on, before you move past that, say that one more time just in case people miss it.
Yeah, I like that.
That's something interesting for everybody to look up.
Yeah, I never heard that before.
Yeah, so back in the day, we talking like muskets and shit like that. They would keep chickens when they're in enemy territory, because the immune system for chickens is so freaking low that if it was some airborne pathogen, which they did that back in the day, that they would see effects in the chicken that would give them some time to get out. They would still get it, but it would give them some time to get out of harm's way. So that's the thing with the chicken and feeding them babies that chicken nugget and shit. Don't feed them. Chicken is absolutely horrible to eat, that part. Then so the fish, like I said before, the mercury, again, also the worms, it's horrible. And it, like I said, none of that stuff digests. It just sits in your stomach and dehydrate. Then it passed through years later. Like most of people, here's the thing, right? You got like McDonald's where they sell you meat, but you don't know when that cow died. A lot of that food died, was processed 2 or 3 years ago. So then you'll get that meat and then it won't pass out of your body for like 2-3 years from now. And that's if you're lucky. So
you say it like that. Damn.
I just want to say that you shouldn't compare it to the fast food chains, because people should be eating McDonald's anyway. They should have already known the facts and stuff about that part about it. That's where you might get the miss with whatever. But I'm glad you said McDonald's.
Ocho Cinco did pretty good on the McDonald's diet, and he's pretty slender, so there's that.
Hey, I think all those NFL players be capping when they say, "Oh, all I eat is Skittles, all I eat is junk food, and I'm a supreme athlete."
They don't. They all have freaking their own cooks, their own chefs, no matter where they are, what they're doing all the time. It's paid for.
It comes with the we don't need you to keep us.
No, you're not no fucking athlete. The fuck? You're not on that.
I thought you said you wasn't going to use that word.
No.
So what do y'all think?
You know what? I wasn't. But some shit happens sometimes.
What do y'all think about the theory of the blood type theory? So there are certain diets that people should eat based on their blood type.
Absolutely not. It doesn't make sense.
I think
no, that's a lie.
Okay, one at a time. Go ahead.
What again? We brought this up a little earlier. What blood type do tigers do blood type diets? What other creature does a blood type diet? None.
But the reason why that's not fair is because we do have some humans that can't eat nuts, they can't eat berries. So we do have different. We have more nuances in us than in animals.
A lot of that.
Listen, and you want to know something, Sharon? You are absolutely correct. But guess what?
Hold on.
We also have humans that can donate blood to everyone, right? But they cannot receive blood from everyone else, right? The universal blood, right? Carrier.
Okay, hold on. We're not talking about that part of blood type. We understand, but that's not.
No, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter.
I want to keep it on topic. Please allow him to finish his thought. Get ahead, world class.
Epigenetics. You put somebody in the same. You put a couple of people. We put people in the same environment. Don't have the same results. So a lot of the allergies that people have is because they haven't been used to that, like dandelions and stuff. And if you give them the same diet, same environment, they'll have the same results. That's all it is. Once you change it, once you change the diet, you'll see that a lot of these people don't even have those allergies and those like berries and stuff like that.
And vice versa. Correct.
Yeah,
that got me thinking a lot.
Like the peanut. If you talk to parents that have been addressing this peanut allergy thing,
yes,
you find that they've been saying that because you're not giving them peanuts is why they have an allergy to them. Not that I recommend peanuts.
I was about to.
Are you saying that? So, all right. So let me get this clear. So,
that part
like it
scared me.
sounds very scary. If your child has a peanut allergy, you should give them
peanuts.
Because they're no. They found that because people like when they give them peanuts, they when the people that eat peanuts, like their parents ate peanuts, they're not getting those allergies. They haven't been exposed to it. That's what they're finding out. Not just parents. I'm sorry, but a lot of even MDs. So I wouldn't suggest you do it because I don't think people should eat peanuts. Walnuts and Brazilian nuts, the only two that I find is safe. Even cashews.
We can't eat nothing.
Yeah, but the reason is because they're hybrids. Like I love cashews.
Whatever. Don't listen to him. He is not a physician of any type.
Yes or no to
Listen. No, and I love cashews.
Oh man,
cashews are hybrids. Almonds are hybrids. I love almonds too. But the only ones I know for sure are safe Brazilian nuts and walnuts, especially black walnuts. Right.
That's so funny because all of our great grandparents and everybody you were just speaking of, right? These children's grandparents and everybody, they all had peanuts. Nobody had Brazilian nuts.
So that's a good point. And this is usually the argument that most people have is that my parents and great parents, they all did it and they are healthy or they didn't die of these issues. But we also know that a lot of them did have diabetes. They did have the gout, which we don't have anymore, weirdly. Even though I did meet somebody that was 40 years old that had gout. I was like, what kind of So what I'm saying is that no, they did have health issues. They did. And we know because they was overweight, they got clog arteries. We had to help them up the stairs. We had to change. That's why
I don't know about that.
Had to have the ramps and all these things put into their houses because they did have health problems. And the food that we ate is not healthy. Most of the food that we call soul food is scrap food. We just made the best of what we had.
Yeah, we know that part.
So therefore we cannot keep using the fact that people survived this and that back then, and so therefore it's good for us now. No, what's good for the goose then is not good for the gander now. No,
I don't want people to think that's what happens.
We have more information. You can please, you don't have to interrupt me. You will be able to talk right after I finish talking. So we cannot, once we get the new information, we have to implement that shit into our lives today, not tomorrow, because tomorrow is a procrastinator's favorite day of the week. So now, now that I'm finished, please go ahead.
Oh my goodness, Sharon, today I swear to God, I'm on my best fucking behavior still.
No, you're not,
you
ma'am.
always
no,
cut me off. Like it's like I said something wrong. I didn't say anything wrong. I was just giving the facts because I don't want people to get confused, is all. I didn't say any of that other crap. I don't subscribe to that back in the days crap as far as that goes. So I'm kind of confused, but anyway, I'm gonna get back to it.
So
now I gotta be confused going. So can I talk? No, because you just started talking again. See?
No, but because you also you put a point where you stopped. So I thought you stopped talking.
Oh my goodness! What? Because I was just talking about what you just did. That had nothing to do with why I interjected to begin with. To just agree or disagree with whatever was going on.
Right. So what I'm saying is, even if you don't agree with the person, don't interject. Allow the person to get their full thought out, and then afterwards you can say your piece, so you can have your full thought. So this way, nobody is interjecting while somebody is talking.
Okay, absolutely got it. So it is my goal, right? So you're not gonna jump in on me this time?
Go ahead, Happy. Go ahead, Happy.
No, I'm just asking because you got me scared now,
I don't know.
I don't even want to go anymore.
So you concede your time?
So I'm gonna go.
Oh my God.
Next time.
Okay, so you good. Thank you, Happy. What's up, Omni? Etc. Good day, sir. How you doing? And I also want to jump in next level, moving forward. I know he likes to have a conversation about this topic as well. Go ahead, Omni, and then we go next level.
Actually, let next level go. I thought his name was this is my nigga mind, right? I thought his name.
Yes,
me too.
It's moving. Yeah, y'all perverted minds. It's moving forward.
Hey, but
Next level, motherfucker.
that's the play on it,
Motherfucker.
you know.
It's moving forward. You perverted minds, you. Go ahead.
It's just that MF is. I don't know.
Go ahead, moving forward. What's your thoughts?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, I use that as a play because I know a lot of people would think that MF means that, but the MF is really for moving forward. But I chimed in because this is something that I like to talk about. I think people don't need to learn their bodies, and they need to learn what they putting in there. And I also want to tell you, while you was talking about the lettuce, I want to tell you that lettuce has no nutritional value. So you can try other leafy greens to eat, like spinach, kale, or different type of greens, but lettuce has no nutritional value, and
You
most
talking about
lettuce is not
iceberg?
even.
So that's misinformation. By the way, so that's only iceberg lettuce because that's like a man-made lettuce hybrid because they can mass produce it. But romaine lettuce actually has vitamin D and C in it, and it got a lot of nutrients for you, and it's high in
Arugula.
water content as well. So that's one of the ways where you can eat your water. Lettuce has a big volume of water with inside of it. So lettuce, romaine lettuce, it has plenty of nutrients and minerals for you.
Well, yes,
Yeah.
romaine lettuce. But when you say lettuce, you just say lettuce, and most people don't even consume
The
romaine
famous
lettuce. They consume the cheaper lettuce, the iceberg lettuce, and stuff like that. Most people, when they do eat salads, they get the bag salads and stuff like that. But I think we need to educate ourselves, and that's the only way you can move forward with that.
Awesome. Are we gonna go Omni? You ready to speak your mind? We got Omni. If not, we're gonna jump into Kasim and welcome Kasim to the show. And we want to hear your thoughts. Go ahead.
Absolutely. Yeah, people need to watch what they eat. I've never looked at the BMI chart and been like, oh God, I need to get in shape. No, I'm 6'2", 260. And majority of that is muscle.
Okay.
It's not fat. So like, yeah, I don't like. What do you tell Arnold Schwarzenegger about the BMI? I'm saying, does he go off of that metric? The Terminator? No, the Terminator did not go off of that metric. He was swole than a motherfucker. And we got dudes nowadays that are way more swole than that dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? He ever was. So I always laughed at it because I was like, yeah, for probably the standard human being that doesn't really like be in the gym like that or isn't trying to get ripped, that might be a good metric. The average human being that has a sedentary lifestyle, that might be a good metric. But for people that, you know what I'm saying, for people that are actually active and do things, like I also have a physically demanding job. So for people that actually do things on a daily basis, I don't think that it's a good metric. I don't think that the BMI is a good metric. And it's funny that y'all were talking about the leafy greens. I got kale cooking up in the kitchen, so I'm gonna have to run in a second to go grab that.
Awesome.
Yes, I said it.
Collard greens, my bad, collard greens. But yeah,
I said that earlier. I'm like, what does your life require you to have in terms of weight? So the BMI is really for civilians. It's what the insurance companies use to make their rates. So if you're an athlete, if you're non-civilian, you might need, if you like we was talking about what's his name? The police officer earlier. If he's in the field, he needs more weight.
Diesel TV.
So if you're a clerk at the court, how much weight do you need? You probably need to be around the BMI, right? If you work at T-Mobile, you probably need to be around the BMI because, and this people need to hear this. Putting on extra weight for a lot of us is a false sense of security. Because in reality, protecting yourself is about how deadly and how lethal the other person is. If I can get my gun out and I can put it in your face, what difference does it make how many push-ups you did last week?
Damn.
And I can put something through your face 2,000 miles an hour, it really wouldn't matter, or get you in the neck. So we a lot of this weight stuff is false insecurity. Like I said, I was 255. I was throwing people around, beating people up all the time. I hear you. But at the end of the day, do you have the skill set to protect yourself? Weight not gonna help you. Somebody can box your face up before you do your jujitsu or your judo stuff. Or put what's that shit? The taser and shit on you. So it's a false sense of security. Just like a gun, it's a false sense of security. You either equip or you're not.
Great points. Go ahead, Kasim.
No, but I just
I never really focused on that BMI chart. I just pretty much had a particular weight that I was comfortable with, where I felt lighter, I felt agile, I felt quicker, and I just basically like maintained that. What I did notice is that in my teenage years, like in the 80s, going to the 90s, that people were a little bit slimmer back then. And you can see, that through some of the videos. If you look through the early 90s, the people that they had in the videos, those individuals were small. I don't know whether it was because of, all the style of dancing that we did back in the day that had more movement, or the individuals did a little bit more active back in the day. Because if I really do recall, a lot of more physical activities going on back in that day. So it could be a lot of different factors as far as why individuals weight changes and fluctuates. It's a lot of it can be due with genetics and our metabolism and things like that. But I would just say to anybody, be at a weight where you feel good and you feel comfortable at the end of the day, because that's all that's going to matter. Your happiness is going to radiate through other individuals, and other individuals are going to pick up on that energy. Some individuals get it and some individuals won't.
I think we just remember the history a little bit different. I think we just, when we get older, we recognize the bigger set teenagers and the little kids. We're like, damn, that's a big kid. And then we think that all the kids is moving like that. But when we look at it, most of the kids are still really roughly the same size. They are not much bigger. It's just that the big kids that are big, it's just like they are ridiculously big. Like now they have 6'10", 13-year-olds more often than not as well. So it's like it's a little bit of both. Like I think it's also because of social media, because like I got a 6'10" kid that's somewhere overseas playing basketball. He's only 13. That is ridiculous to be 6'10" at 13. That's ridiculous.
And
so
listen,
it's really a difference though.
I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, because someone brought
So
up.
not the fact that he's over there playing basketball. It's just the fact that he's that size at that age.
Thank you,
that's all.
Thank you, Happy. Go ahead, Omni. Finish your thought.
I was just going to say, someone said in chat that doctors know nothing about nutrition. A lot of doctors will be smoking out here trying to give you advice on what your health is. I just want to put that
the doctors, their main problem is the medical field. The main problem is that they do it to make some money. They want to make money. So the more pills they can prescribe you, the more rebates they get, and they get kickback from it. So that's why you gotta really try to find a doctor that's really about your health, that's really about your family, and that actually cares for you and say, hey, listen, this is what I'm supposed to be giving you. However, you need to do X, Y, and Z. So it's up to you to choose which one you want. Don't tell nobody I told you this. You need a doctor that's going to keep it 100 with you, or you could just follow the line of just being a sheep. Because my doctor, if I needed to, I'd say, hey, just put it on the thing that my child got the shot if I needed to. That's all I got to say to that. If I needed to.
And be mindful that most doctors won't be the one to tell you. It'll usually be the nurses that will tell you.
If I needed to, he'd be like, yeah, don't worry about it. I got you. As simple as that. So you just gotta have a doctor that's willing to be about you and your family and not about the money and the medicine. But you gotta have family doctors. You have to go often so you can build up a repertoire with him, so he could trust and believe the things that you say, and not throw him under the bus later for prescribing you the proper things that you need in your life.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but Sharon, that's a topic all in itself. Why do you think Black people don't have family doctors?
Ooh.
Well, we have a lot of reasons for that now, because you hit it. I'm telling you, absolutely.
Right. If we really want to, do it the correct way, I'm a total agreement with you, Sharon. I know when I was growing up, we had a family doctor, right? And when we was in Long Branch, New Jersey, we had a family doctor, and even when we moved from Long Branch to Red Bank, New Jersey, we kept him. The only reason why we got rid of him is because we moved to South Carolina. But I had a family doctor for 8 years of my life.
Yeah.
But you guys pay out of, did you guys come out of pocket?
My dad handled all of that. I don't know. I was a child. Man.
I'll leave you for that. I'll use you from that. A lot of reasons we don't is because we're using the free insurance and stuff from the government. So you flipping and flopping we'd be flipping and flopping on who we deal with. Now, if you go to a
Wait a
clinic that's
minute.
in your
So you
neighborhood,
telling me you don't choose your own care physician?
He wasn't finished with the start. Can he finish? He wasn't finished with the start. I want to let him get a
Okay,
start.
okay, I heard you. All right.
so
Go ahead,
so
Mark.
yeah, that's just a lot of people be going to the free clinics and people they're just using whatever's convenient, at that particular time. So I think it's more commercial reason than like they don't want one person. I think they do want one person because I think when some of the girls go get some of their situations, they'll kind of use the same person, with their private situation. If they get a child deletion or if they getting a checkup and something, they'll go to somebody that they trust. But for the family, no, we don't have that.
Yeah, I think
And
that's a really good
insurance.
point. That the insurance do make up people. They not really concentrating on getting a set doctor. They just like, I'm just going to the
What
doctor.
you can afford. Right.
I'm just going there. And so now the doctor that you went to for the past year, now you got to go and renew your medical insurance since it's free. And now all of a sudden that same doctor, he don't take any money. He says, I don't take that. And then they go ahead and go find the next doctor that takes it instead of saying, well, I'm stuck with this doctor. Moving forward, I'm going to keep on going, not send my chart to this person, to that person, to that person. I have the same, like for 24 years, same doctor. All my kids go to the same doctor, even though it's a trip to get there because I moved. However, that's it. He know all of us. He know all of our medical situations. He know all of our blood. We go get our blood work done, especially since we vegan. And so since it's always this ideology that vegans do not have the proper nutrients in your body, we get our blood work done every 6 months to make sure we're not missing anything. Make sure we're not nutrition deficient or protein deficient, because people swear that since you're a vegan, that you are going to be missing proteins in your body. So it's important that you need to go get a doctor that cares. But if you with him for 24 years, he's going to be more willing to give you the real and not just make $1 because you've been rocking him for 24 years or so on and so forth.
Indeed.
Yeah. And we gotta do that with each other. We gotta have these. I'm glad we did have this conversation today. I did not know we was gonna get so profound today. We even got down to some solutions with me and Ali. We got to some form of a resolution. He still don't like me, but we are in peace with each other. So that is a great thing. Sometimes we just want to see.
Oh, now you could mute me.
Wow. Kasim, this your fault. I'm blaming you.
It's not my fault. You know what, man? Honestly, I think a lot of this stuff, these issues and this drama could be mitigated if we could just be respectful of one another and quit trying to make little jabs and little jokes, right? I just have this one verse in my mind, like when I was a child, I thought as a child, but when I became a man, I put away childish things. Woo. And I always remind myself of that. I think if we cut out the little jips and little jabs, it'll stop like 90% of this foolishness. It really would.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
That's what I thought 2 years ago. I really thought that. Nope.
I think it's starting. I think we slowly getting there more and more as the space is progressing. Because I think they thought the space was going to die, and clearly is not dying. It's actually expanding, right? Because if it was dying, we wouldn't have a space for DJ Hamp to do as well as he's doing, because he's still in our space as well.
But people come to this space for different reasons, Sharon, and they have a different mindset of what they want this space to be. So collectively, we can't agree to what the values and the boundaries and standards are. However, there are some individuals that do a better job in moderating, their panels and making sure that it's kind of consistent across the board without too much mayhem and foolishness. I have recognized that over the past several months.
Yeah, I think everybody's different moderation style is unique to their own. But what I'm going to speak to is more directly to the space in general. I think the space in general, we tend to, like, just like anything, when it's something big and negative happen, we like, oh my God, look at this, it's all toxic. But we go through this show right here, we got 3 hours clear of productive building. And we probably got maybe 20 minutes of nonsense.
And not even really nonsense, honestly, because I was here from the beginning. So let's be clear about that now.
In that
part. Yeah. For real. Like, not even 20 minutes. Don't. Yeah, he can say whatever he want. Now it's nonsense him smoking that fag on the motherfucking screen and shit.
Oh my goodness.
But we ain't gonna worry about that, right? Why
You
you
didn't
got
have
to
to
be up
use
here
that
canned up?
word.
You could have canned down for that.
Out of all the words you use to describe a cigarette, you have to use the one word that's not even
And it's not even a
related
cigarette.
to.
Well,
It's
that's
not even
what they
related to
call
America.
them.
They use
That's
that word
what
over in.
they call them. Is that not what he's smoking, or you smoking something else?
No, I'm smoking something else, but I get your point though.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
he
we
said
got
he's
you.
not smoking nothing else. So
Oh my.
Well, there's that.
Yeah. So we hit the 4-hour mark, I guess, and people need to eat some food. We need to drink some water. I would probably try to come back. I kind of want to keep going because nobody's here and I have quiet time, so I could have kept going. But people get fatigued. We get our brain fatigue. We get brain fog. We need to eat some fruits and vegetables and drink some water, so we won't scream and curse and yell at each other and throw F-bombs at each other. So we are the solution-based gang.
oh
We will
man,
be
see, this
back.
what I'm talking about,
We
Sharon.
will
Why you
be
gotta
back.
take the shot at you?
It's
I
not a
can come at myself,
All
you
right, Sharon,
know.
peace. I'm out. I can
So
see
we are the
Otis.
we
All right,
will
man. Be
Not,
good, yo.
and I have not.
Oh
That'd be
my
great.
goodness.
Well, bye. I'm staying. I
Okay.
ain't going.
All right, so don't go. She loves it.
All right, sure, man. Be good. I just want to pop up for a minute. I only had like a half an hour break, so
Thank you. I appreciate you for stopping by.
no problem, man. Be good.
Peace
So
to you.
yeah.
Man.
So that's what we do. We deal in issues, and that's the only way we can get down to solutions, by dealing with issues. I think we tackled the BMI chart pretty well today. We recognize that it's not something that we can use for all humans. You need to just be healthy. You need to go to the doctor to see if that BMI chart fits you. So we need to go check your muscle to fat ratio. That's what you really need to go check out to make sure your arteries are not clogged to any of those things. And we rebel against remedial rhetoric. And one of the remedial rhetorics that people do is that fit, feminine, and friendly, you got to be a certain 130 pounds. If you 5'2", like, no, that's bullshit. Because you might have a bigger ass, bigger titties. It's all about you and your bone structure and how you are shaped and your whole family. Hey, OtisWho, would you like to have any closing thoughts?
Another great show. I enjoy being on the panel. I like having fun with people. Shout out to Happy. And of course, it's all love and respect. You already know that. We just having
Salute to
fun.
you. Salute to you. You already know.
Most definitely. But I appreciate you and I appreciate the panel. That's it.
Awesome. You got any final thoughts while you cooking your kale or collard greens?
Yeah, I'm gonna get them in a second because I just tasted them and they are delicious. All right. But you know what I'm saying? Even if you live sedentary, I'm gonna tell you this. I keep weights in my office. You know what I'm saying? So you could just get it in while you in the chair. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Just get it in while you in the chair. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of things that you can do, and don't let people like do the research for yourself. I want everybody to understand this. When it comes to the law and when it comes to doctors, they're called practices for a reason. They're called practices for a reason. They are practicing medicine. It's still a science that isn't confirmed. Like, they're still going through changes. We saw with COVID. I'm sorry, I'm not supposed to say. We saw with the cough. All right, we saw with the cough how everybody was scrambling trying to get stuff done in the medical world. The medical world was in shambles at that point in time. They needed to figure things out, and there's things about it that they still haven't figured out. It's called a practice. They are practicing medicine. They are practicing the science to determine what is good at what point in time but everybody's body is different. Everybody's body is different. Everybody, like a lot of, and there's a reason why that they separate certain things, determine it on, you know what I'm saying, your ethnicity. I don't call it race. Your ethnicity. Like, black people are more predisposed to certain things than other people. We got sickle cell. White people got lice. It's just the way that God played it. So, it's the way that God. I'm not gonna say I much prefer sickle cell than lice, but having lice is crazy. So just keep that in mind. Do the research for yourself, because at the end of the day, you know you best. You know your body best. You're with yourself every day. You can't run away from yourself. So if you feel a certain feel a certain sort of way, yeah, go ahead, get checked out. I implore everybody to get checked out. But the doctor doesn't have the final say. You can take additional steps outside of their prognosis in order to determine what's best for your life. And that's it. That's all I got.
That's a great point. That's why they always say go get a second opinion when it's involving your goddamn life.
Absolutely.
Hey,
And
PhD, but we got a doctor in the house. What's your final thoughts, doctor?
I agree with everything that Omni was saying. Certainly with regard to getting a second opinion, get a third, fourth, or fifth opinion if necessary. Oftentimes, doctors don't like to take the time needed to sit there, listen to your history, and also come up with alternative diagnoses. So there was a video, a short going around Facebook, and I want to try to find it again because she was giving some very important information. It was a med school student, and she was saying, a lot of Black people report being brushed off when they go to the doctor and report, some type of concern. And so she said, when the doctor tells you, what it is, ask them, because it could be a woman too, what alternative diagnoses did they come up with? Because there's always going to be it's not just one thing. Many of the symptoms that we report are called non-specific symptoms, which means they aren't specific to one particular illness. So a lot of times there are multiple diagnoses that you could have, and they usually give you the simplest one or the most common one, which, makes sense logically. But ask them about those alternative diagnoses, and then ask them what they did to rule those diagnoses out. Right. And so in that way, you're forcing them to have more of a conversation with you, and then B, actually talk to you about how the process they went through to determine what it is that's actually ailing you.
That is very good. I'm glad I asked you. Beautiful. And we got the beautiful Happy.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Go ahead, Happy. Read the super chat and give us your final thoughts.
No, PhD has to be the super chat. She's been being the super chat the whole show.
All right. Barry White, $2. Sometimes a third opinion. Thank you, Happy.
Yeah, I would, because I guess it came through late because I was responding to what Omni said. Absolutely no, I agree with everything, but let the record show I said everything he said before he said it during this same show, guys. Rewind this show, send all your friends, your family, everybody to come watch this show, baby. Replay game. Where you at? Oh no, but it was a lovely show. Also, what was it? There was something that Otis said in his closing remarks. Neither here nor there. I forgot what it was. So I am like stuck a tiny bit, just a tiny bit. But I just want you guys to know, right, that there is no love lost between me or anybody in this space other than, the person that supposedly Sharon got some undisclosed beef with and shit. Other than that, we cool over here, like I'm cooler than a cucumber, baby.
Are you gagging?
I love it.
Oh my goodness.
About to be a situation. Hey, hey, hey.
Shout out to LeGarrette. I appreciate you so much. He is the sponsor of today's show. Shout out to LeGarrette. He gifted 5 solution-based gangster memberships as we are diving into the truth for 2024 and beyond. So congratulations to all the people that got gifted memberships. Welcome.
Big Mufasa done set this game up. All that shitty was talking in the chat, baby.
We got Maya Reed, Big Mufasa, Broke Zesty Daryl, Keisha M, and Nay. Y'all are all now solution-based gangsters. Thank you for being here.
Salute, shout out, Nay. We see you, baby.
And Otis wanted one more closing thought. Go ahead, Otis.
Oh, real quick. I just want this came up real quick. My wife just went through this. This test should be free. I don't know if it isn't, and I know PhD is going to agree with this, especially you, Sharon. Ask your doctor at the free clinic or whatever to run the test to see what type of foods that you are allergic to and what type of foods that does certain things to your body, like causes you to have high blood pressure or thin blood, whatever the situation may be. My wife found out that she's been eating a lot of foods like pineapple and something else that she's been eating for years that she realized that she can't eat anymore. Mushrooms, simple stuff like that. So, which that test should be free. I just wanted to say that real quick. That might help a lot of people.
Yeah.
Amen. Absolutely. I'm glad he said that because that's what's up. Because a lot of people just pick up a pineapple and start eating it because everybody's like, "Oh yeah, pineapple's good for you." But that is so true. Pineapple isn't good for everyone. So that's what's up.
Yeah,
I'm glad
I
you
believe
said
it's
that
called.
before the end of this. Because you know they love to say ain't no solutions over here at the solution based game, right? So whatever. They could stick a fork in it now.
I believe it's called a gut microbiome. I believe that's the name of it.
I'm not
It's
sure.
a very technical name. I believe it's gut microbiome. I forgot the name. If it was that, I probably mess up the name anyway. Y'all know I can't pronounce those multiple syllable words anyway. Shit.
Gut microbiome is seeing what micro organisms you have in your gut. So like, lactobacillus, it's the good ones and the bad ones, and they want to see what you have. And it's crazy because I actually started going to a functional medicine doctor, which if you can get a functional medicine doctor, get one because they do a lot more extensive testing and whatnot. So they actually ran that test and she told me I didn't have no good bacteria in my gut. So I had to start taking probiotics.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
That is amazing. Look, I'm trying to close the show, but we giving out good information.
Yeah.
Word, but no,
exactly, and that goes back to when you guys were talking about getting the colonoscopy done and things like that. Like it's not really an age thing. Okay, Mr. Otis did mention he's going on his last one, right? But people think they shouldn't have one or they may not need one before they hit 30, and that's not the case. So I'm glad. That's awesome. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what is it called again? A gut microbiome. So I did say it correctly.
Microbiome. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what it's called, and yes, you should definitely get that done, and you can find out if you got some good bacteria and stuff. It's what we was talking about earlier as well. It's about you got the bad bacteria that's in your gut. They wound up dying in your colon, and that's why you get the slimy stool. That's the proper word to say. You get the slimy stool. So you need to eat better.
Can I say one more thing when you're done? Yes, no, maybe so. When you're done, can I say one more thing?
Silence is compliance. Go ahead, baby girl.
Okay, thank you. No, I wanted to add that what PhD was saying earlier. I just wanted to try to go over that again. So there is nothing wrong with it at all. There's nothing wrong with asking questions because, PhD touched on the fact that, there are a lot of symptoms, right, that don't directly have a certain diagnosis. You get what I'm saying? You could have these symptoms and your situation may be whatever. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of symptoms go for a lot of different things. You get what I'm saying? So I just wanted to focus back on that. Like, so again, do not try to diagnose yourself. It is better if you do go for that. Yes, third opinion. If you must go ahead for that fourth opinion and all that good stuff. Okay? There's nothing wrong with wanting to know what is going on inside of your body. Your health is your wealth, people. Believe that. Peace, and I hope you all are well.
There we go. Tomorrow, and maybe later on today.